presented by Swinford Media Group. Get ready for a WFCN Game of the Week. Powered by our incredible sponsors. Watermark Auto Group. John A. Logan College. Black Diamond Harley Davidson. Moreland-Bishop McDonalds. Deaconess, Illinois Medical Center. Chick-Fil-A of Marion. Anderson's Furniture and Mattress. The Illinois Army National Guard. Legence Bank. Kemper CPA Group. The City of Herrin. The City of Sesser. Banterra Bank. Fellowship of Christian Athletes. The Bank of Herrin. State Farm Kenya Garner. SIU Credit Union. SouthernTrust Bank. The Print Shop at Pieces of Learning. First Southern Bank. Anderson Boys Trash Service. State Bank of Whittington. Urology Institute.
Hello and welcome to the WFCN Southern Illinois High School Football Game of the Week. I am Aaron Price, joined alongside Garrett Smith, who does play-by-play for our WFCN Game of the Week. Garrett, we've made it through 3 weeks already this season, and the first month of football has flown by. Now we're in for Week 4 for tonight's Williamson County rivalry matchup between the Carterville Lions and the Herrin Tigers.
Yeah, Aaron, it seems like the season's going pretty quick, but how about the Carterville Lions? Bouncing back after a disappointment in Week 1 on their home opener against the Benton Rangers, come back and beat two really good teams in Nashville on the road, and they take care of business at home against West Frankfort last week. That had that long weather delay. It's good to be back on the call this week, but the Lions have looked good.
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree. Last week, obviously, we had quite a game in all aspects of it when Carterville took on West Frankfort, and really every game in the region had at least an hour and a half rain delay. Carterville's rain delay actually went over 2 hours. You could call it a rain and a lightning delay because half the time it wasn't actually raining. We were just in a lightning delay. But as you mentioned, it all ended up being an entertaining game, though. The Lions' offense was very powerful in the start of the game. After nearly 2-hour rain delay, however, the Redbirds found their momentum in the second half, but their defense wasn't enough to hold off the Lions as they went on to win that game 21-16. But I will say, Garrett, being there, it went pretty much all the way down. The Redbirds had a shot all the way to the last play of the game to at least tie it. So it was a pretty entertaining game despite all of the rain. Nick Bishing, quarterback for the Lions, was once again a very strong player for the Lions last week.
Yeah, and Carterville, first week of conference play, that's going to matter in terms of your conference record. They get the Herrin Tigers here in Herrin, and Tigers looking for their first victory. They get their home opener, and we'll preview them after a quick break.
3 hospitals, 1 shared vision. Welcome to a new era of care as we introduce Deaconess Illinois Crossroads, dedicated to elevating healthcare for Southern Illinois. From Heartland Regional to now Deaconess Illinois Medical Center, driven to provide you with the highest quality care every single day. And Union County Hospital is now proudly Deaconess Illinois Union County. All combine innovation with compassion, where your health is our #1 priority. Join us as we redefine healthcare together.
Do you feel like your business is sinking in accounting and payroll work? Are business taxes and confusing technology dragging you down? Call the experts at Kemper CPA Group. We'll answer your questions and give you the tools to keep your business afloat.
We want to help students when they come right out of high school, but we're also here for the adults. After high school, I went to my local community college, and after my first semester, realized that I wasn't quite ready to go to college. And I went back to work in construction for roughly about 15 years. And at the same time, I took classes at community college. It's this idea that you can go back to school at any time for anything, and that's what a community college does for you. That's what John A. Logan does for you.
Welcome back to Herrin as we are in week 4 of the 2024 football season. Tonight, our game of the week stays in Williamson County as the Tigers look to secure their first win of the season, along with Tigers head coach Hunter Shockley. Early on this season, the Tigers were pretty impressive in their first game against the Marion Wildcats. We mentioned it in week 2, Garrett. I was there for that game as that was streamed live on the Marion Star, the Williamson County bragging rights game. Marion ended up winning that game, but really early on in the season, for a team like the Tigers, they were pretty impressive. They tied the game all the way up into the fourth quarter and actually had a 1-point lead in the beginning of the fourth quarter, but the Wildcats came back in that game, and it just wasn't enough. Was too strong for the Tigers in their 42-21 win over Herrin.
Yeah, Aaron, it's kind of been an odd start for the Herrin Tigers, and like you mentioned, on the road week 1, have a legitimate shot to beat the Marion Wildcats, a pretty good team that's been taking care of business here early on in the year. Then they go to West Frankfort, just kind of get beat up from the get-go, and the Redbirds ran all over them. They had a couple trick plays that really did Herrin in that game, and then they just get shut down last week against DuQuoin, 31-0. It's been weird. I will say, there's a lot of potential, I think, on the offensive side of the ball with Herrin. They got a couple of really threatening guys that are quick. If they get out in open space, they've got legit shots to get big chunk plays, and those guys are obviously Kyrie Lukens and Chris Nelson. Lukens a dual threat quarterback that can throw it a little bit, but he likes to run. But I think there is potential there with that offense. But it's week 4. It's about the time now where you'd like to start seeing it come to fruition.
Yeah. I mean, speaking early in the season, we've interviewed Coach Shockley 3 times now. Speaking with him early in the season, I think he was pretty optimistic on this team, especially after I was speaking to him after the Wildcats or their game against the Wildcats in week 1. And really, there was a lot of optimism after week 1. Obviously, week 2, we had that game against the West Frankfort Redbirds, and the Redbirds really did a very decent job, I think, for early in the season against the Tigers. They did what they needed to do. But then last week, as you mentioned, against DuQuoin, that was a complete shutout. The DuQuoin Indians winning over the Tigers. And speaking of the DuQuoin Indians, one other thing I wanted to mention is, we're watching a big game tonight for the Indians as they take on the Benton Rangers tonight as well.
Yeah, and there's some other games too, right?
Yeah.
Johnson City's at Fairfield could be a really good one. Sesser Valier against Carmine White County, that could be good. We're into the first week for a lot of conferences outside of the Black Diamond in their first week of actual conference games. So a lot of good games on the slate.
Yeah.
Marion's in action tomorrow. That's still an out-of-conference game, but Frankfort's hosting Pinckneyville.
And one thing that's changed since your last time you were here, Garrett, is we were mentioning it before we went on, some changes in the Black Diamond Conference.
Potentially, yes.
Yes.
CZR, they're playing at Bridgeport Red Hill this evening. Red Hill offered an invitation to join as a football-only member, and they would stay in as an independent in the other sports, but to kind of fill in for the void that has been Vienna Goreville here recently, not being able to field a football team, and so they have been offered that. So it could be a potential down the road preview over between CZR and Red Hill tonight.
And, and we'll talk a little bit more about what's on the schedule here in a second, but next week we'll actually get to see CZR in action against Sesser at Christopher with hopefully a facilities update that we'll be able to bring to you next week as well. And speaking of updated facilities, there's a big update here tonight at the Harrison Bruce Athletic Complex. And we'll actually move over the camera real quick so you can get a better view of that as the sun just begins to peek down the horizon tonight. To our left is a brand new LED scoreboard that was just installed, I believe, prior to last week's game against the DuQuoin Indians here at Tigers Field. New LED complete scoreboard. It's got the timer on there. It's got both teams' scores, touchdown runs, everything. And obviously, the Tigers have always they kept that neon LED, not LED, but the neon sign, the neon touchdown sign above the new LED scoreboard. So that was donated by the Harrison Bruce Foundation, and they actually installed that last week. So some exciting things here for Herrin fans.
Yeah, and you got to see the same improvement last season inside their basketball gymnasium. Very similar style of board, not really a scoreboard anymore. It's more of a video board.
Right.
So good to see some improvements with some of the facilities over here in Herrin.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming up, we'll take a closer look at each of these teams' individual stats along with our Watermark Auto Group keys to the game. That's coming right up after this break. You're watching the WFCN News Game of the Week, powered by the Swinford Media Group.
Once upon a time, there was a sweet little baby named Lair Bear. Little Lair Bear wanted to find the perfect new RV that was just right. So off he went to visit Oasis RV. Baby Lair Bear decided he wanted to go camping, so he tried a brand new travel trailer at a great price. And it was just right, he exclaimed. Find what is just right for you and your family at Oasis RV.
Want to know one of the best ways to show your Saluki pride? I'm Luke Martin, voice of the SIU Salukis and proud owner of a Banterra Saluki Visa debit card. Being able to use a Saluki branded debit card with no fees at more than 55,000 ATMs and special Saluki offers is a perk. Knowing that my transactions go towards supporting SIU is a win. Plus, Banterra is the bank that you want as a partner. Stop by a Banterra branch for details. Banterra is a proud supporter of regional athletics. Member FDIC.
Anderson's Furniture and Mattress is putting on the end of the summer sale. The temperature may be dropping, but our savings never will. With up to 25% off store-wide or get up to 72 months no interest. With queen mattresses starting at $179 and same-day delivery on most mattresses. Plus, we have all the best in American-made living room sets like these from England Furniture. Custom for you, fast by us. 30 days or less or it's free.
Anderson's Furniture and Mattress.
Welcome you back. The coaches at Crown Brew getting coffee.
Welcome back to the Moreland-Bishop McDonalds pregame show here on the WFCN News Game of the Week. We are at the Harrison Bruce Sports Complex in Herrin. Once again, it's Aaron Price joined alongside Garrett Smith tonight. Already mentioned it, but it's hard to imagine we're already nearly halfway through the football season. Garrett, what are some games coming up here on our WFCN Game of the Week schedule?
Oh, we've got some good ones coming up, Aaron. And, after this, we get to see some teams we haven't got to see yet.
Right.
Sesser traveling to Christopher. Week 6, still a flex game. We're not sure where we're going yet. Try to get to a really good one. Let us know where you guys think we should go there in Week 6. Plenty of different ones there. Benton's at Nashville, DuQuoin's at Frankfort, Carterville's at Harrisburg, Johnson City's at Hamilton County, and there's some other ones in there that could be in the mix as well.
Right.
Week 7, West Frankfort at Benton for Franklin County supremacy. Big rivalry renewed there. At a nice facility over there in Benton, so it could be a good game there. Week 8, Black Diamond rivalry could determine the winner of the Black Diamond. That's between Johnson City and Sesser. In Sesser, they're in Week 8. Week 9, another flex game. Kind of take the game of the week there in Week 9. The best one in the region. But plenty of good games still on broadcast slate.
I think in a way, Week 9 kind of always has to be a flex. I mean, at the beginning of the season, there's just no way to predict, what team is going to be the best at the end of the season. So we're just going to have to kind of wait and see.
Yeah, outside of maybe weeks 1, 2, or 3, it's
Mhm.
hard to really pinpoint what's going to be the best game. And fortunately, we've had some good ones thus far, and I do think we'll keep it rolling in that direction.
Yeah, absolutely. Once again, we are tonight in Herrin as the Carterville Lions are taking on the Herrin Tigers. The Tigers looking for their first win of the season. We'll go ahead and pan the camera over here as the Tigers are getting lined up and just about ready to take the field. We've got about 14 minutes and 25 seconds left until kickoff. And here come the Tigers at the Harrison Bruce Athletic Complex. Garrett, not many teams around here have their big blow up special things, but that's one thing the Herrin Tigers have always had. It's kind of a Herrin tradition as of late, is that big blow up tiger on the left side of the football field.
Yeah, it's a good tradition. It's good to have traditions for just to get you amped up.
Right.
A little kid sees that and they're like, well, one day I want to do that, and
Exactly.
it's a big deal. And it'd be nice to get the Herrin Tigers football rocking and rolling again, because when I was in school and even when I was a young kid, they were a powerhouse, and there's
Right.
nothing that says they can't be that again. And I know they're 0-3 on the season. They're 0-0 in the Ohio. So, I mean, this is week 1 of the conference play, and see if they can get a good start here in front of their home crowd.
Yeah, if they were able to pull off a big win tonight against the Carterville Lions, that would be just what the Tigers need here going on early into the season. Once again, we'll have your Watermark Auto Group keys to the game coming your way here in just a few moments. We'll be right back after this quick break. You're watching the WFCN News Game of the Week as the Herrin Tigers take the field here at the Harrison Bruce Athletic Complex.
This is Thrill Bill at Oasis Power Sports in front of the Marion Mall. I want to let everybody know that we offer so many different products. I'm going to walk through and I'm going to show you a bunch. We have a ton of inventory outside. These things are everywhere. Not only do we have all that inventory outside, we have a full house inside as well. So come on down and see us. Let's get it.
Hey, this is Michael Anderson, owner of Anderson Boys Trash Service. We are locally owned and operated. We are reliable and affordable. Weekly trash service. I look forward to hearing from you soon. I appreciate you, and my family appreciate the business. 618-925-1215, or you can check us out on Facebook at Anderson Boys Trash Service.
All right, and we welcome you back to the Harrison Bruce Sports Complex for the WFCN High School Football Game of the Week, here live from Herrin, powered by the Swinford Media Group. I'm Garrett Smith, and tonight we're in for a Southern Illinois River-to-River Ohio Division game between the Herrin Tigers and the Carterville Lions. The Lions look for a third consecutive victory after dropping their opening night game against Benton. Herrin still in search of their season's and their coach's first win. It's a game where the Lions won last year 49-0. So Herrin looking to flip the script on that one. And it's now time to name our Watermark Auto Group keys to the game. All right, then we'll get to those keys. And starting with Carterville, I think the key there is just to continue to build your identity. Going in week 1, when I got to watch them, you got to watch them last week, and they looked more, collective as an offensive unit. But, build your identity. Play through your running back, Chance Myers, who's, he's up on top of the leaderboard in Southern Illinois in rushing yards. So I think you play through him. As for Herrin, try to ugly it up. Try to force some turnovers. Try to get them out of their offensive rhythm. And if you can do that, it'll definitely improve your chances in this ball game.
Yep. We're now going to take a quick break for the national anthem. We'll be right back as the WFCN News Game of the Week continues here in Herrin.
3 hospitals, 1 shared vision. Welcome to a new era of care as we introduce Deaconess Illinois Crossroads, dedicated to elevating healthcare for Southern Illinois. From Heartland Regional to now Deaconess Illinois Medical Center, driven to provide you with the highest quality care every single day. And Union County Hospital is now proudly Deaconess Illinois Union County. All combine innovation with compassion, where your health is our #1 priority. Join us as we redefine healthcare together.
Hi, I'm Tyler Young with the print shop here in Marion. We're on the square. We just got done doing some perforated vinyl here at Swinford Publications. So this is the vinyl that you can see out, but people can't see in, and it gives a nice little look and feel to a number of different kinds of businesses. So come see us at the print shop. We're at 1112 North Carbon, next to AutoZone behind Hardee's.
Hi Wildcat fans, I'm Brad Poole, president of the Watermark Auto Group. I invite you to come experience the fastest, friendliest, and fairest car buying in our little corner of the world. Our friendly sales representatives will provide you in writing with our best price, trade value, monthly payments, all within minutes of your request. No pressure, no hurdles, no tricks, and no surprises. Experience the Watermark difference for yourself at Watermark Ford Hyundai or Watermark Nissan of Marion. Fast, friendly, fair. That's Watermark.
Welcome back to the WFCN News Game of the Week. Just wrapped up the national anthem. We got a little over 8 minutes to go until kickoff here on what's turned out to be a pretty good night. I mean, it was hot when we first got here, Garrett, but man, that breeze is really helping cool things down tonight.
The sun has dropped, and it is perfect atmosphere for a football game. And had all that nasty weather last week, and right as I get back to town, it gets nice again.
Right.
So if I picked a week to miss, I probably missed the right one last week with all them rain delays and lightning delays.
I would definitely agree with that, yes.
But man, I'm ready. There's a lot of games that we're going to keep an eye on tonight. We mentioned a few already that a lot of people are wanting to know about Benton and DuQuoin. We'll try to update you as much as we can, along with some other ones in the region, and both Williamson and Franklin County and elsewhere. So any games on there outside of the Benton DuQuoin one that really catches your eye?
Not really tonight. I mean, like you mentioned, I mean, there is a lot of teams locally taking on conference rivals for the first time. You might have West Frankfort Pinckneyville tonight as well, over at West Frankfort's homecoming tonight. Here, obviously, in Carterville, or in Herrin, rather, as the Lions take on the Tigers. Talking a little bit also about their individual schedules for each team. We've seen a lot of the Carterville Lions here on the Game of the Week early this season. This is our last scheduled game of the week for them, but they go on to most of their games are away after this week. I mean, they've got
they got 3 in a row after
Yeah.
this one on the road already. So
right.
But if they keep playing good, we'll probably see them again. There's a couple options
Right.
in there. If they're playing good football, we'll get to go to them again. But you're right, 3 of the first 4 weeks they've been in the ball game, and but it's a good team to watch.
Right. Yeah, and that again another good, very good local game, I would say. Just looking at their schedule for Carterville will be them visiting the Harrisburg Bulldogs. That'll be a Week 6 matchup. So once again, that could potentially be on our schedule, depending on how things work out. On the other side of things, for the Herrin Tigers, they are on the road next week at Murfreesboro. After that, they'll be back at home here at the Harrison Bruce Athletic Complex against the Massac County Patriots. That could be a good game. Then they're once again on the road twice, once October 11th at Prairie Central and once in Week 8 on October 18th at Harrisburg, and they wrap up the season at home against Breeze Central.
Yeah, and you mentioned Murfreesboro. That's where they're going next week, and that's a team that's, we talked about Benton, and everyone talked about Benton. How about Murfreesboro last week going and beating the Benton Rangers?
Oh, yeah.
Pretty impressive. So not going to be fun playing them.
No.
Herrin, being in the Ohio, you don't get any breaks in your schedule.
Right.
Both pretty tough schedules going forward. I like where the Carterville Lions are trending. They're looking
Yeah.
very good going upwards.
And I remember, game 1 of the season, you mentioned, Garrett, Carterville Lions, they have the chance to go 8-1 on the season. I mean, they're just that type of a team.
It looks like It's very possible.
Yeah.
I did mention that. You just don't know.
Mhm.
And, just trying to get something different. Nick Bishon coming in first-year quarterback and after replacing their starter, who was very pass-heavy. Now they're back to a run-heavy offense with Myers out of the backfield.
Mhm.
They just had to find their identity, and I think they're doing so pretty quickly. They've done it. Last week was a big win for them, as was the one before. One-score wins at Nashville at home against Frankfurt. I'm not certain, but I think those are the only losses those teams have, respectively,
Right.
are their losses to Carterville. So
Mhm.
they've looked pretty good. They've played 3 really good teams. This one's not going to be easy just because it's a big conference game, but
Right.
you come out, do what you're supposed to do, and you'll have a shot.
Yeah, absolutely. And doing what you're supposed to do, that's just an easy key to the game. I mean, that's, I would say, the number one key to the game for every football game is come out and play your best and do whatever you can to win. We got about over 4 minutes left until kickoff. Carterville has won the toss and they will defer the ball to the second half. So that means the Herrin Tigers will be receiving the ball to start the game. And speaking of starting the game, well, it's coming to you right after the break. This has been the Moreland-Bishop McDonalds pregame show. We'll have the Herrin Tigers and the Carterville Lions up next here on the Swinford Media Group.
Three hospitals, one shared vision. Welcome to a new era of care as we introduce Deaconess Illinois Crossroads, dedicated to elevating healthcare for Southern Illinois. From Heartland Regional to now Deaconess Illinois Medical Center, driven to provide you with the highest quality care every single day. And Union County Hospital is now proudly Deaconess Illinois Union County. All combine innovation with compassion, where your health is our number one priority. Join us as we redefine healthcare together.
Contact Kenya Garner for an auto quote today.
Philosophy of Legence Bank is sit down with the customer, listen to their needs, and figure it out and figure a solution for them. We want to build relationships with our customers. We just don't want to do a transaction and it stops there.
Community banking is relationships. Legence Bank is relationships. There's so many customers that they are not a number, they are a customer, they are a relationship that's not only financial but personal.
Legence loves local.
Black Diamond Harley Davidson presents Why I Ride.
Hi, I'm Les Ingram, and this is Why I Ride. I taught special education for 28 years. I haven't drank in 34 years. I needed something to relieve the stress, and the bike does it wonderfully. I've been riding 34 years. I currently have, through the Harley Owners Group, Ride 365, I have 649,607 miles. As a matter of fact, I don't want to go anywhere unless I'm traveling on the Harley.
Do you feel like your business is sinking in accounting and payroll work? Are business taxes and confusing technology dragging you down? Call the experts at Kemper CPA Group. We'll answer your questions and give you the tools to keep your business afloat.
Hello and welcome back to the Harrison Bruce Athletic Complex here in Herrin, Illinois, as the hometown Herrin Tigers are introduced on the field for the second time this season. I'm Aaron Price, joined alongside Garrett Smith for a big Williamson County rivalry game tonight. The Herrin Tigers taking on the Carterville Lions. The Lions 2-1 on the season. The Tigers 0-3. Garrett, real quick, mention some of the things we're talking about the pregame show as we prepare for this game to start, about 39 seconds away.
Yeah, a couple key guys I want to keep my eye on. Herrin, they run their offense through Kyrese Lukens. If he has a good game, they will be in the ball game. He's a dual threat guy. He throws it a little bit, likes to run as Herrin's quarterback. And on the other side, Chance Myers has really found a groove running the football. But then his counterpart back there also, you got Nick Bishing. If he can be steady, he doesn't have to go crazy today. Take care of the football, give it to his guy Myers, and that'll be Carterville's key there. If they play clean football, they're in great shape.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, clean football is always the key for any team, and the Carterville Lions, like you said, if they're able to do that tonight, I think it should be a pretty easy game for them. But conference game, first conference game.
You never know. I mean,
yeah,
if it was a guarantee, we wouldn't be here. They would
Right.
just say they won. But Herrin will get the ball first. So let's see if their offense can come out and make something happen. So they get to touch the football first offensively and try to get into a flow.
Yep.
We are about ready to go. As we mentioned, we got plenty of games in the region that we'll be keeping our eye on as the night progresses. And kicking off.
Keith Layson deep for the Tigers. Chris Nelson and Kyrese Lukens.
Will be
Keith Layson.
Yes. And it looks like Lukens is going to go pick that ball up. He bobbles it, catches shy of the 20, and then he runs it off far sideline out of bounds. On the 25 to set up shop for the Herrin Tigers.
1st and 10 Tigers.
Seems like the whole left side of the field, Garrett, is a little bit brighter tonight. And we mentioned one reason for that is the new scoreboard they have here, or new video board, whatever you want to call it, here at the Harrison Bruce Athletic Complex. That was donated by the Harrison Bruce Foundation.
It's hard to call it a scoreboard now.
I know.
It's just a video board, but
That's right.
man, it's nice. And wonder if we'll see other places trend in that direction as things go on. And not a good start offensively as we've already got a flag thrown. And without a play from scrimmage, Tigers are already moving backwards. And they've started with one additional guy. That's not the way you want to start. So it'll be 1st and 15.
The Herrin 26-yard line. Scratch that 21-yard line.
From the 21. 5 seconds in. Here's Lukens right in. He's got space. He's trying to get all of it back in one play. And he's going to be bumped out.
A good gainage there from Kyrese Lukens, the
and one
5'11" senior.
One thing I want to say, this is the first time we've seen Herrin since a couple weeks ago.
Right.
We saw a move from Lukens to Talon Nemeth from quarterback, and it looks like they're sticking with that again here today to start. And that gives Lukens the ability to either catch the ball as a receiver or run the ball, and not have to rely on throwing it. So I actually like that move from Herrin. Now they got a couple of options in Nelson and in Lukens, along with a couple other backs.
Nick Hubbard, the ball carrier.
And that's going to be Hubbard with a few yards.
Ball on around the 40, 41-yard line here for the Herrin Tigers.
Yeah, bring up 2nd and 6, clock rolling, 11:20 to go, quarter one. From Herrin here on the WFCN Game of the Week. Nemeth under center. It's the snap and the toss to Lukens, who works left end, and he's going to be brought down around the line. Maybe got 1 or 2 yards there. And they'll say he got a couple. So we'll be bringing up a 3rd down in about short 5 or long 4.
Carson Banks on the tackle for the Lions on that last play.
Big 3rd down here, Aaron, already in the ball game. You don't have to score if you're Herrin, but you'd like to get into enemy territory here and at least pin Carterville back if you're unable to get points on the board. Nemeth, he'll just keep it up the middle. He's going to be maybe
close,
a half yard short, or he might be at the line. They're going to say he got to it. That's a first Southern Bank first down, as Nemeth got just enough for the first down.
If you're the Tigers, I mean, a first down is a first down. It doesn't have to be a crazy play. Just work your way to the end of the field.
And seeing how that was. And seeing how Herrin drew that up and played that. My thought process on that is they're probably going to run 2 plays. It was probably going to be 4th down territory. If he'd have been a yard shorter, so they probably would have went for it again, being around midfield.
Herrin head coach Hunter Shockley, I mean, when he was first hired on, first interview with me, told me he likes to play simple football. So that's what you're going to see out of the Tigers this season.
Simple football for some can be boring,
Right.
but you can really limit the mistakes when you don't try to air it out and go crazy.
1st and 10 for the Tigers on the 48.
Namath draws back. He's looking to get rid of it and does out to Lukens and quickly wrapped up and dropped. Is it a catch? You'd almost, if you're Herrin, wish it would have been dropped. Would have been 2nd and 10. Instead, he catches it, and that's going to be a loss of 5 yards. That's one you wish he just maybe almost wouldn't have caught.
Right.
So a loss of 4 or 5 there. Heard 5. The board's saying maybe 4. 2nd and 14 or 15 coming up for the Tigers. Looks like they've got it spotted at the 44. Looks like the 44-yard line. Toss out Lukens right side, trying to get the corner, and he does. He's around the edge. It's going to bring up a 3rd and short. Another nice rush from Lukens.
We mentioned Lukens as obviously a player to watch at the beginning of this game, and so far he's been a very key player here early on for the Tigers.
A very favorable spot. They give him a first down on that one. First Southern Bank first down for the Tigers. That one looked, as he got near the sideline, it was going to be a close play again. Tigers get the benefit of the call. Man, they've looked good offensively to start. Don't have to go crazy, as we talked about. Just slowly make your way down the field, and even if they don't score, this has been a big positive on this first drive. Namath, the handoff looked like Hubbard with the ball. It was, and we'll see where the forward progress is. It's around a 3-yard gain. Jackson Smith wraps him up, gain of 3. It's 2nd and 7.
Another thing, when I was up in the press box earlier, Garrett, these new scoreboards, they don't take 2 people to run, they take 4 people to run. So these are very complex scoreboard video boards. So I'm sure there's also a lot of working the kinks out up there tonight.
Oh, if it was you, it'd be one person running.
I know, yeah.
It wouldn't be right, but it'd be one person
yeah,
running.
it wouldn't be very pretty if I was running. My scoreboard history is not very good. I tend to lose attention very, very quick.
We got another stoppage here. The clock is rolling, so they need to fix that. It's under 8 minutes in the first. Maybe that's what, and now they're signaling to run it, but it never stopped. So
Gonna have to.
I don't think they'll be able to add anything now that they're running. So would have been added on there, but they're just going to go. Here's Namath, handoff to Lukens. Finds a hole, and he's got a first down. Brought to you by First Southern Bank. And he has been explosive, and that's why, Aaron, I was saying he would be much more effective if he was used in the backfield and out as a receiver as opposed to being under center as the quarterback. I like the transition to Namath, which we saw a little bit in that Frankfurt game late. Didn't think it would happen again, but I guess that's the way Herrin has moved towards.
Right.
It's been a big a positive for the Tigers.
1st and 10 for the Tigers. Hands off to Lukens, and that'll be a gain of
1 or 2 here, maybe 1.5. We bring up 2nd and long. That was Lukens.
Yep.
It's announced that it was Hubbard. I had to check my paper, but it definitely looked like number 3, Kyrie Lukens, and it was.
Yep.
License plate AX41093. You're parked in somebody's yard. Your car will be towed. Please move it immediately. 2015 white GMC.
So it is 2nd and 8 for the Herrin Tigers here in the first quarter. About 6:39 left.
Namath. This time it's Nelson. He's got space. He's past the 15 to the 10 to the 5, and he's in. Chris Nelson gets the Herrin Tigers on the board to start the scoring off. And how about that first drive from the Herrin Tigers?
You know, you were saying, Garrett, they like to play simple football. And Hunter Shockley has his first home touchdown as head coach. And Tigers fans are pumped.
As they should be. What a
Right.
start.
That's exactly what you want to ask for. Clock's down to 6:25 now here in the first quarter.
Jackson Hudson, the holder.
Herrin's going to go for the extra point here.
They're just going for the one. We'll try to get up to 7. No need to go for 2 just yet. And the kick looks to be through. It is from
It
the
is
left,
good.
the left-footed kicker, Jose Mendez, to make it 7-0.
So the Herrin Tigers answer first here in a big home Williamson County rivalry matchup against the Carterville Lions. We've got about 6:25 left here in the first quarter.
Perfect start if you're a Herrin Tiger faithful. You run about half the clock off in the first quarter, and you get your ultimate goal. You get a first quarter touchdown. We didn't see a lot of Chris Nelson on that first drive, but man, he made it count when he got that last touch.
Oh yeah,
around a little under a 20-yard carry there. That ground game has looked pretty good early on. They've not had to throw the football.
Yeah. Head coach Hunter Shockley congratulating some of his teammates out there right now. Not teammates, but some of his team.
Well, they could have been at some point. I mean,
he is very. Yeah, you're right. That's a good point. He is. I would just go off and say probably the youngest football coach in our area. I mean, that's.
I bet he's up there.
Yeah.
I bet he's up there in the whole state. I bet
probably.
If not the youngest, he is on a short list of youngest.
Yep. It's got to feel good. I mean, to be able to play on a team and then fast forward just a few short years later, and you're the head coach and you got your first touchdown on the field you played on. So we'll see how Carterville is able to answer.
Mendez just made the point after. Now he's kicking off, and that's a powerful kick all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Another quality start here for the Herrin Tigers.
And that ball was popped from Mendez.
Kick is through the end zone.
Carterville didn't even think about bringing that one out.
One thing, anytime I'm reporting on or announcing anything when it comes to the Carterville Lions and the Herrin Tigers, it might just be me, Garrett, but something in my brain always wants to say the opposite mascot for their team.
It's only you.
It's Lions and Tigers.
It's nobody
I don't know.
else.
I just can't get it through my head.
No
Lions
Bears
and Tigers.
here, but just
no
Lions
Bears.
and Tigers.
I don't even know. Does Southern Illinois even have a Bears team? I don't even know. Bearcats, I guess.
And we'll be seeing them next week.
That's right. Here's Carterville.
Bishing out of the shotgun, hands off, and up the gut. A good first down gain from Causey.
Causey, the ball carrier for Carterville.
Amon Causey, the senior running back, picks up nearly all 10. That's a 9-yard gain.
Carterville has a very powerful offense that the Tigers are going to have to stop here. They're saying the 2nd and 1. Yep.
Yeah, just 1 yard shy. Really good first down play from the Lions. And we got flag thrown, and it's going to be against the defense. And that's going to be a free first down brought to you by First Southern Bank for Carterville.
Penalty against the Tigers.
Move them up 5 yards, and it results in a first down.
Offsides penalty on the Tigers.
Hey, you got it right. Got it right that time. You didn't say the line.
I didn't. So they'll be on about the 34-yard line.
Fishing. Back to Causey, up the gut, and he lowers the shoulder, and he gets nearly all 10 again. Almost an identical result as that first run he had.
Jacoby Stubbs on the stop for the Tigers.
Jacoby Stubbs on the stop for the Tigers. We've got about 5 minutes left here in the first quarter. It's 7-0 Herrin.
Yeah, I don't want to speculate, but I wonder where Chance Myers is and what his status is. I see him on the sideline, and I'm not sure of his availability here tonight. But first possession, it's been Causey, and he's looked good. Cuts up, he gets over past the 45, and that's going to move the chains for a First Southern Bank first down.
Stop by Ryland Lataweda. and Scotty Reynolds.
Ryan Ladaweda and Scotty Reynolds on the stop for the Tigers. First and 10 on the 46-yard line for the Carterville Lions.
And we got, seems like we've already got some chippiness to this ball game.
Yeah.
Both sides going a little late after the whistle, and just being in the, the adrenaline rush that you get in a big rivalry game like this is, in the same conference, in the same county, easy drive, and a team you see all the time, and they're probably not good friends, these teams. Here's the flip outright, and it's going to be powering forward is Bishing on the toss.
Nicholas Bishing, the ball carrier.
And he gets the first Southern Bank first down.
Jacoby Stubbs on the tackle for the Tigers. First down.
So a little bit of a different start.
Yeah, that's what I was
to this game in terms of personnel.
Yeah, I mean we usually see a lot of Bishing from the Lions rather, but so far it's kind of been a team effort here tonight for the Carterville Lions. Hey, if that works in their favor.
And these officials have really gotten involved a lot to start. And
4 minutes left here in the first quarter. Here's the snap for Carterville.
Looked high, but it goes to Causey. He's got some space and another positive gain, and maybe gets a yard or two on the push at the end of it.
Will Nixon on the tackle for the Tigers.
Second and 4.
Be about that.
3:30 to go, quarter one. Herrin Tigers leading the Carterville Lions here on the WFCN Game of the Week. Bishing's going to keep, rolls to the left, has some space, has to cut up, and he will get a couple of yards. It will bring up a third and short around the 35-yard line.
Tigers could have done a little bit of a better job there on defense, but I mean, it was
nice
enough.
job from Bishing to get out of that initial tackle attempt from 3 or 4 Tigers. It looked like it could have been a loss of yards. Instead, he picks up 3 and a couple, and it gives the Lions a better opportunity for first down. It's Bishing just under center, trying to power forward, and he will get enough to move the chains for a first Southern Bank first down.
Bishing with
2:40 left on the clock.
So both teams using their run attack to get things going and set the mold for this ball game. And it's going to be which team can stop the run more effectively. And there's a good start here on the new set of downs.
Nice job by the Tigers bringing down Amon Cozy very quickly there around the 30-yard line.
Yeah, he gained maybe 2. That's a
29.
Short 2 there.
Second and 8 for the Carterville Lions on the 29-yard line. If you're just joining us here on the WFCN News Game of the Week, we thank you. We are here at Harrison Bruce Athletic Complex. Tigers 7-0 here in the first quarter.
Down that big 19-yard Chris Nelson touchdown run. Rolling out right side.
Nice.
And finding the receiver is Johnson to Riley Crane. It's Andrew Johnson to Riley Crane. And that's enough for another first Southern Bank first down. So now you see a different guy throwing the football.
Yep.
Here's Cozy up the middle. It's getting awful close to the goal line.
Very
He's going to be brought down.
It's a little bit harder to tell here on these the fields that don't have the turf to tell.
And we're looking at our far side of the field instead of because we're a little off-centered here this evening. Not down the line at the 50. More around the 35 on the
south side.
Yes.
They're still going. Man, it's a shoving match out there. And
that forward progress is probably going to keep him around where he was, maybe get a yard or two, but it's going to bring up 2nd and goal.
Short game. Martin led the charge to the Tigers. 2nd and goal from the 2.
And they'll say at the 2. Do the Tigers have a goal line stand in them?
with 40 seconds left in the first quarter, we're about to find out.
Taking it again, Bishing, he should have it there unless he went down short.
Yep,
and it's a 2-yard Nick Bishing touchdown run to make it 7-6. And the Lions will have a chance to knot this thing up.
So Carterville gets on the board for the first time this game. We got about 29 seconds left here in the first quarter. Lions can go for the extra point. And it is good. That'll make it a tie ball game, 7-7, as we have about 29 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here at both teams are able to get on the board early going into the second quarter of play, unless the Tigers can pull off a miracle here with about 29 seconds left and get it all the way down the field.
Yeah, a good first quarter. Run games have been prominent. That's where both teams are leaning.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if a team falls behind, if they have to start leaning on their passing attack. But it's been a good balance in terms of both sides. Both teams moved it pretty easily.
Yeah.
I don't expect that to continue the whole game, and we'll see which team can stand taller on defense.
About 21 minutes into the game with the Carterville Lions set to pick off to the receiving Tigers. Just quickly.
That is Lukens trying to redirect, and he's going to go down around the 25.
So that'll be where the Tigers start here with about 23 seconds left. Lukens got to that ball pretty quick, but just wasn't able to get it very far before that strong Carterville defense was able to get to him. 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
And Herrin, a good opportunity here to build off that first possession. Yeah, they ran right down the field. 3 or 4 different options there, and we'll see what they do. And we got a flag. Looked like they were trying to. Had a man in motion. It's going to back up Herrin. Is how their first drive started before their first play. They had too many men on the field. This time it's going to be a false start.
That'll be at the 30-yard line, 1st and 15 for the Herrin Tigers. About 22 seconds left here in the first quarter. So far, it's been a repeat of the first drive for the Tigers. We'll see if that continues. Here's the snap. Hands off to Nelson.
That's Nelson who redirects. Now finds a seam, and
he's still going down at around the 30-yard line, just shy of it.
A lot of running for not a huge gain, but it does get him back past the original line.
There's another flag on the field thrown out after the play. We'll see what that is about. 7 seconds left here in the first quarter. It's a tie ball game. Threw that flag a good 3 seconds after the.
Well, that just tells you it was something after the play.
Right, after the drive had finished.
You would think.
See who this is going to be on.
Might end up with something offsetting even.
Yeah. Got their decision now.
Yep, and that's what it is. Those are going to offset.
Offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct penalties.
They get unsportsmanlike on one from each side.
Yep.
Now they'll run the clock. It's at 7.
Here's the snap, and it's bobbled, but looks like to be recovered quickly.
And that's going to end your first quarter. Herrin 7, Carterville 7. End of 1. You're watching the WFCN Game of the Week, brought to you by Swinford Media.
Hi, Wildcat fans. I'm Brad Poole, president of the Watermark Auto Group. I invite you to come experience the fastest, friendliest, and fairest car buying in our little corner of the world. Our friendly sales representatives will provide you in writing with our best price, trade value, monthly payments, all within minutes of your request. No pressure, no hurdles, no tricks, and no surprises. Experience the Watermark difference for yourself at Watermark Ford Hyundai or Watermark Nissan of Marion. Fast, friendly, fair. That's Watermark.
We want to help students when they come right out of high school, but we're also here for the adults. After high school, I went to my local community college, and after my first semester, realized that I wasn't quite ready to go to college. And I went back to work in construction for roughly about 15 years. And at the same time, I took classes at community college. It's this idea that you can go back to school at any time for anything, and that's what a community college does for you. That's what John A. Logan does for you.
Welcome back to the Harrison Bruce Athletic Complex. It is the Carterville Lions taking on the Herrin Tigers. Both teams, both sides of the field, been pretty impressive so far in the first quarter. It is a tie ball game, 7-7. Tigers will start the second half from their own 30-yard line. 3rd and 7 for the Herrin Tigers. Head coach Hunter Shockley with his first touchdown at home a little while ago.
Yeah, Carterville looking for a big play here and then get the ball back real quickly. Allowing a long first drive, looking for a quick one here. Herrin's second time touching the football. Dropping back. And going to be Nemeth, who escapes a couple of guys. And he finally goes down. We have a late flag in again. He's going to be well short of the line for the first down. He's going to be around the original line there on that play. And 4th and 7 is pending. We'll see what the flag is. It's going to be against the offense. That might be something that Carterville just declines. Brings up 4th down.
Holding against the Tigers.
They'll be holding against the Tigers.
Yeah, they'll just decline it, bring up 4th down, and Carterville will get the football back.
Carterville declines the penalty.
Wouldn't make much sense to take it. It's 3rd and long, but you'd rather have 4th down, and then Herrin has to get rid of the football.
Right.
Nemeth back to kick for the Tigers.
And that is Nemeth, who will punt it away. Or no, that's...
And it's over the head. Number 24 for the Lions. He'll pick it up around the 35-yard line. He's still going.
Pretty good return there.
He was out
from Hayden Harrell.
He was out near the 40-yard line there.
Harrell on the return for Carterville. 20-yard return.
Yeah, he ends up picking up 20 yards on the return. A very positive return.
Oh, yeah.
Carterville's going to start in a great spot on the field in a tie game. 24 seconds in to quarter 2.
From their own 42-yard line.
So just a little shy of getting to midfield. They're going to start on the 42. We will get you some score updates here soon, and especially there at the half. Left side, There goes Cozy, and he's going to go out near the sticks.
Cozy, the ball carrier.
Man, if he didn't get it, he got awful close to another first. Nelson knocked him out. That's going to be a first down and move the chains.
First down, Lions.
Brought to you by First Southern Bank.
In Tiger territory, the 47-yard line.
Lions now in Tigers territory with a little over 11 minutes left.
That's how much that return meant. Just took one positive
They're
play
gonna
and they got
throw
across.
it.
Here's Bishing. He's wrapped up quickly. That is going to be around the line. So maybe no gain
Nice job.
or loss there. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Nice job by the Herrin defense there to get to Bishing quick.
Brings up 2nd down.
Initiated there by Kyrie Slukins. It'll be 2nd and 9 for the Carterville Lions. Ball on the 46-yard line. Here's the snap. And there is a whistle.
Motion against Carterville again, and that's going to back them up. Be a false start. It's going to be 2nd and 14.
5-yard penalty.
Big advantage for the Tigers if they want their defense to be strong. Now's the time to do it. We'll move the ball back to around the 49-yard line. Right around midfield. 2nd and 14 with 10:53 left to go here in the second quarter. It's a tie ball game. Here's the snap.
They give it to Bishing. He's got space and maybe picks up, or he gets back past
Stopped by Chris Nelson.
the 45. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9. So right where Carterville was before
Yeah.
that.
Had we not had that penalty, that would have been a first down for the Lions.
3rd and 8 is what they call it. At the Tiger 45. Johnson. Waiting the snap. Gets it. Drops back to throw. And it's incomplete and nearly picked off.
Almost intercepted there by
Stubbs.
Yeah.
He was there a tick earlier. He would have had an interception. But
Yeah.
the main goal was to
Either way,
back
I mean,
that down, and
exactly.
that's what Stubbs did. And he's going to force Herrin, or Herrin's going to force Carterville to send it away. 4th down and 8.
Interesting ball game so far here, Garrett.
Really good one. I've
Yeah.
liked it. Teams have matched their possessions,
Yeah.
Herrin goes and does marches down the field running the ball. Then Carterville follows it up, and that's a really nice punt inside the 10. And it's going to roll out of bounds.
No return.
A very good punt there for the Lions.
About a 40-yard.
A little under 10 minutes left here at the Harrison Bruce Athletics Complex as the Tigers will take over. Quick score update from around the region right now. JC, for the first time this season, doesn't look like it'll be a blowout game. It's tied 12-12 right now in the second quarter. We'll see where that game goes. Carterville and Herrin 7-7 here. Harrisburg leading Marquette 21-0.
Tigers from their own 7-yard line.
And Benton leading DeQuoin 7-0 in the second quarter. Carmi White County against Sesser. The Red Devils have a 6-0 lead in the second quarter.
Murfreesboro rolling like they normally do, up 28-0 over Massac County. Another team I've looked at that's a couple yards gained that time. It's Chester, man, they've been really impressive. They lead their game again here today in the first quarter. $9:30 to go first half. 2nd and 8, ball on the 9. Very important for Herrin to get at least a first down here, or else they're going to be punting basically in their end zone.
Right.
And Carterville's going to have great starting field position if the Tigers can't pick up a first.
9:13 left to go. And they're going to pick up at least. And he's
Oh, and
still
Nelson.
going. He breaks through. Nelson, he's still going around the 40-yard line. Nelson on a big That'll definitely be enough for a first down for the Herrin Tigers. The first Southern Bank first down around the 40-yard line. Looks like past the 40-yard line even.
That's enough for maybe 3 or 4 first downs.
Yeah.
Nice explosiveness there from Chris Nelson. Like I was saying in the pregame, if some of these guys get some space and they get open field, it's once they get past you, it's hard to catch up.
Oh, yeah. So the ball will be spotted around the 42-yard line. Clock still running, 8:44 left to go here in the second quarter. Herrin Tigers looking to build on their momentum.
Nemeth gives it up. Here's Lukens around the line. Not a whole lot of anything there.
No. Carterville defense able to
Lucan's the ball carrier. No
quickly take down Lukens.
Parker Poole on the stop for Carterville.
It's Parker Poole on the stop for the Carterville Lions with 8 minutes left. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Herrin Tigers.
Nemeth hands it off. There's Lukens. It's going to bring up a 3rd and medium. Right around the Tiger 45.
3-yard gain.
It's 3 yards gained there, and then it'll be 3rd and 7. Herrin Tigers need another breakthrough play here. So far, they've had several tonight. We'll see if that continues.
Yeah, they've had more of the blow-up plays in terms of, bigger gains. Carterville went through down the field. Not a whole lot of gains, just enough each time to get first downs. Herrin, on the other hand, has had 2 or 3 of them big plays, including Chris Nelson a couple of times. And he's been a good weapon for them here in this first half. 3rd and 7, big play,
There's
and
a
another flag. And it's going to be on the offense, 3rd and 12. That's a delay of game. Herrin couldn't get it off before the play clock ran to 0.
Tigers, they have an overall young team. Young teams tend to make more mistakes. New head coach, some of them are still learning, but we've already seen that. Those simple mistakes twice tonight.
Nemeth rolls out left. He is going to be in the pocket now, breaks free. He's running up right sideline and gets leveled as he gets over past the 45. There's Nemeth.
Almost a first down for the Tigers. It'll be 4th and 2, I believe.
So he picks up a good chunk, but it's going to be 4th and 5, and we'll see what Herrin does. This spot here, you might have to send it away.
Brings up 4th down for Herrin.
Play the long game instead of trying to win here in the moment. And another thing of note, Carterville will start with the ball in the 3rd here in the second half. So as Herrin received to start the ball game. Herrin's offense on the field. We'll see if they're actually going to go for it. They will. Flip to Lukens, and he is met well behind the line. A late flag comes in.
What a job.
A hold on Herrin is going to be declined.
Riley Crane on the big tackle for the Carterville Lions. The Herrin Tigers will turn the ball over. Not something you want to see if you are a Tigers fan. In that situation, Garrett, what was it, 4th and 5? Would you have, if you're Herrin Tigers head coach, would you have?
I even said before, I thought maybe you punt it, try to play the long game. And with where you're at, if you're across midfield, I think the further you are down the field, obviously the likelihood of you going for it increases. But that's a tough spot. Knowing Carterville gets it back to start the 3rd quarter. If you don't get it there like they didn't, Carterville's got a chance to score here and run a lot of clock and then also start with it in the 3rd. So I would have liked to see a punt there.
Yeah.
Keeping it is Bishing. Works up the middle, now works right sideline across the 30, across the 25, goes out shy of the 20. A big first Southern Bank first down for Bishing and the Carterville Lions.
Now we talked about for a while there at the end of the first quarter, Nick Bishing pretty silent here tonight, but it looks like he's starting to come up more in a big way in the quarterback position tonight for the Carterville Lions, as they'll be on the 21-yard line looking to add. He hands off to Cozy. There's a flag on the field.
Cozy, the ball carrier, flag on the flag.
A lot of laundry on the field in this game, Aaron.
Yep.
And this one's going to be against Carterville. It's going to back them up.
I'll back him up around the 31-yard line.
First and 20. Need to run the clock. Now they're going. So the Tigers at least have that going for them in their favor.
Yep.
Turn it over on downs, but at least, they get the break of a holding call, and Carterville's got to really work to move the chains now. It's first and 20. Bishing rolls out left, hits his man.
And it's right by the
original line. That's going to get him back to maybe second and 10.
Yep.
Nice job by Poole to stay in bounds. He looked like he was going to go out, stopped his momentum, and had a chance to maybe work it back up for more yards, but a couple of Tigers were there to bring him down. Second and 8 is what they'll mark it.
Second down and 8
And
yards.
it looked like he got a little bit further than that original marker.
Yep. Ball on the Tiger 19. Bishing keeps. He's got space. Works left. Sideline. He's going towards the goal line, and is he in? He is in.
That'll be Carterville's second touchdown of the game.
Nick Bishing, 19-yard touchdown run. And now just 4:39 left in the second, and man, that fourth down attempt from Herrin looms large now.
Yep.
Carterville's easily able to get the yards back and score and take the lead.
Layson kicking the extra point. Johnson the holder.
Layson's extra point is good. That'll make it 14-7. Carterville, we've got 4:39 left here in the second quarter. We're going to take a really quick break. We'll be right back here on the WFCN News Game of the Week.
Contact Kenya Garner for an auto quote today.
Do you feel like your business is sinking in accounting and payroll work? Are business taxes and confusing technology dragging you down? Call the experts at Kemper CPA Group. We'll answer your questions and give you the tools to keep your business afloat.
Welcome back to Herrin, Illinois. It's week 4, and the Carterville Lions just got their second touchdown of the night. It's 14-7 after the extra point here with 4:39 left to go in the second quarter. I'm Aaron Price, joined alongside Garrett Smith. If you're just joining us, Herrin, I would say overall, looking back on it, made a little bit of a mistake in that fourth down.
Yeah, going for it instead of punting.
Right.
In negative position on the field, not even at midfield. Carterville quickly makes up for the mistake and gets a quick touchdown. Now leading at 14-7. Tigers get it back. Costly, or a big potential possession here, knowing that Carterville starts with it in the third. Like to get some points back before the halftime intermission.
A tie game would be nice for the Herrin Tigers, as you mentioned, knowing that the Tigers get the ball to start the second half. Very good crowd tonight here at the Harrison Bruce Athletic Complex on both sides. Weather is really shaped up to be pretty nice tonight. I think overall, with the exception of last week, we've lucked out so far this season, weather-wise.
Yeah, we got a ways to go, but
Yep.
tonight's been nice.
Mhm.
Other games we've been at have been good.
Just
Other than
not
the
last
one,
week.
Nope.
Yeah.
I got to miss that one, so
That's right.
it worked out for me, not for you.
Yep. All right, that will be quick stop from the Carterville Lions. They'll have the ball on the 35-yard line.
At 2nd and 10. 4.5 to go, quarter 2. Tigers with work to do. Scored the game's opening touchdown on the 19-yard Chris Nelson run. And then a couple of Nick Bishing runs from Carterville, and they are leading at 14-7. Throws out left into the hands of Lukens. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 6.
About a 4-yard gain brings up 3rd down and 6. Lukens was stopped by.
And if you're the Tigers, you don't want to give up the ball here.
Yeah, Carterville's starting to find some rhythm. You give it back and you give up maybe some points, you could really be in trouble, even though it's felt like a pretty balanced ball game thus far.
Give it back here, you make a bad situation worse.
All future Tigerette dance camp performers.
You just got to find a way to limit the damage. Only down 1 score. Don't want to let that get up any further. It's going to be a 4th down. Herrin's going to have to get rid of the football.
And I would say definitely get rid of it after what we saw a little while ago.
Pretty similar setup here.
Were they at about the 40-yard line earlier?
Yeah, maybe a little bit closer to midfield, but this is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
You got to send it away. So we are now under 3 minutes to go in the first half.
Will Nix back to punt for the Tigers.
Will Nix on to punt. And looks to be right at the return man. And so this is going to be a good chance for return yards from Jonathan Miller. Redirects, and he goes down shy of the 45. Around the Carterville 44. So 2:39 to make something happen, and Carterville can cap off a good second quarter if they can get in. I mean, they've already got the lead, but in an ideal world, even if you don't score here, Aaron, if you're Carterville, get that clock to 0 and don't even let Herrin touch it again this half.
Yep. First and 10 at the 44-yard line for the Lions. Here's the snap.
And Johnson rolling out and has a man. That's going to be a first down and more.
It's good for a first Southern Bank first down. He's still going around the 40 or 38, 39-yard line.
And that's Bishing on the reception and more of a role that he's familiar with. Big-time receiver last year for Carterville.
On the tackle for the Tigers.
A lot of weight on the tackle for the Herrin Tigers. Another first down. Here's the snap. He hands off to Cozy.
And he's going to get maybe a half yard there.
Clock ticking past 2 minutes here in the second quarter.
Now, this is a really good job from Carterville. I would like to see them get a little bit more urgency going, though, because it's just 150. And clock's rolling a lot faster than they are moving up the field. They had the one big play, but they seem to be very relaxed in terms of getting to the line. Here's Cozy, and it's going to bring up 3rd and medium.
Cozy, the ball carrier up the middle.
He's just shy of the Tiger 35.
Third down.
Clock still ticking, 1:30 to go. 6 yards to go for the Carterville Lions. It's 3rd down. Here's
dropping back. Rolling out right side. Trying to hit his man and out of the reach.
Barely out of the reach.
Bishing. Johnson just overthrew his man by a tad. And that's going to bring up a 4th down, and 106 is where the timer stops.
Incomplete. 4th down. 6 yards to go. From the Tiger 36-yard line.
Looks like we do have a timeout on the field at 106. 14-7 Carterville here, quarter 2. You're watching the WFCN Game of the Week.
Want to know one of the best ways to show your Saluki pride? I'm Luke Martin, voice of the SIU Salukis and proud owner of a Banterra Saluki Visa debit card. Being able to use a Saluki branded debit card with no fees at more than 55,000 ATMs and special Saluki offers is a perk. Knowing that my transactions go towards supporting SIU is a win. Plus, Banterra is the bank that you want as a partner. Stop by a Banterra branch for details. Banterra is a proud supporter of regional athletics. Member FDIC.
This is Thrill Bill at Oasis Power Sports in front of the Marion Mall. I want to let everybody know that we offer so many different products. I'm going to walk through and I'm going to show you a bunch. We have a ton of inventory outside. These things are everywhere. Not only do we have all that inventory outside, we have a full house inside as well. So come on down and see us. Let's get it.
Welcome back to the WFCN News Game of the Week. 106 to go here, and it'll be Carterville throwing the ball, and that's good.
They're going to go for it on 4th down, Aaron, and
Yeah.
I think they got it.
I think they did too. That was Riley Crane. Pass is complete. Herrin fans not liking that, but that nevertheless will be good for a 1st down. 58 seconds left, 30 yards to go for the Carterville Lions. Is this doable, Garrett, you think, for the Lions? They're going to have to move quick.
I think it is. I think they can. I would like to see them move a little quicker, but I think it's possible. Might have gotten a guy to jump there, but they're going to say no. Instead, it's
Plucker Poole
left side, and he's going to get near the 1st down marker, a couple yards short. He gets out of bounds to stop the clock at 35 seconds.
Dangerous territory here for the Herrin Tigers. Carterville Lions get the ball to begin the second half of play. Tigers looking to stop the Lions in their tracks with 35 seconds to go. Ball's on the 22-yard line. It's 2nd and 2 for the Carterville Lions. Here's the snap.
Johnson drops back, firing over the middle, has his man Bishing, and there's a touchdown.
Big touchdown for the Carterville Lions.
22-yard touchdown pass from Andrew Johnson to Nick Bishing. And that one hurts if you're a Tiger fan.
Yep. 27, Carterville. They're going to go for the extra point.
Johnson, the holder.
Keith Layson
The kicker.
kicking for the Carterville Lions.
Low snap, and Layson still gets it up and through.
Point is good.
So the Carterville Lions answering an early Tigers touchdown. They have no score so far here in the second quarter.
And going for it on 4th really hurt if you're a Tiger fan or on the Herrin side. And then that spot giving Carterville the 1st down on a very close call when they went for it on 4th and 5. That proves crucial too, because that's 2 possessions where, if they'd go the other way, Carterville is still stuck with 7 points.
Right.
So 29 seconds for Herrin. Not a whole lot they can do now, barring a big return to set them up and maybe a couple plays.
You never know, though, with football. Crazy things can happen, and hopefully, if you're a Herrin Tigers fan, that's what you want to see right now.
Lukens and Hudson deep for the Tigers.
Here's the kick.
And we got a flag on the kick.
All sides against Carterville.
Going to be on the kicking team,
They'll replay the kick.
the Carterville Lions, and they'll re-kick.
So the Lions try again. That'll be a low kick compared to the last one. Picked up pretty quickly. They're past the 40-yard line, right around midfield.
Yeah, that's
And
Hobson, who had a good return, and now some barking down by the Herrin bench between both teams.
20-yard return.
you're going to see a flag on the field. I would definitely say that flag is going to be unsportsmanlike conduct. We'll see if it's on both teams or one, but
Initial thoughts, it's going to be on Herrin. Looked like that's where they pointed, towards the Herrin sideline.
Lions fans approaching the game with a little more emotion now after that.
That will back them up. Had it across the 50, and that's going to back them up.
Personal foul on the Tigers. Herrin head coach Hunter Shockley having some words right now with the ref.
Sportsmanlike conduct. Ten-yard penalty.
It'll be a 10-yard penalty. Move the 15-yard
yeah,
rather.
It should be with an unsportsmanlike. That's going to be 15 yards, and now they're at their own 39 and 38. It's going to make it a little bit tougher.
Yeah.
Those 15 yards were very important there, and not a whole lot they can do now.
If I were the Tigers here, I wouldn't risk throwing it. I mean,
No, you try to run it and see if you got something.
but they might.
Nemeth will
are
throw
going to.
over the middle of the field. Has his man Chris Nelson. He's past the 40, past the 30,
He's
down
going.
the left sideline to the 15-10. No one's going to catch him. Chris Nelson's in for a touchdown.
There's that big play. I said anything can happen, and there it is. The Herrin Tigers, after a big 15-yard penalty, they don't care about that penalty. They answer very quick, a 60-yard Tiger touchdown. It is 13-21. Herrin Tiger fans are definitely pumped after that. It's going to be Mendez to kick the extra point for the Herrin Tigers.
And scratch what we were saying, Aaron. I mean, they go for it, and they hit their guy, Chris Nelson, who's had a huge game. PAT's going to be good. 21-14.
If you're the Tigers, you have to have that. I mean, they're still in this game. And, I mean, Carterville Lions have it to begin the second half as we got about 13 seconds left here in quarter two. But, wow, what a play. That definitely will be a candidate pending who wins this game for our thrilling moment of the game. We'll keep that in our notes for sure, Garrett. You kind of have to with any 60-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, that's going to be in the mix regardless who wins. I mean,
Right.
That was a really nice play. A 62-yarder from Nemeth to Nelson. And we got a ball game again. Herrin had to do something. And, man, they did to bring it within one score again because Carterville's going to start with it in the third.
Especially, seeing that, I mean, they had a good over 15-yard game there. Pushed back 15 yards on an unsportsmanlike conduct call, and then I said, hey, you might not want to risk throwing the ball, but that's what they did, and it paid off for them. 14-21 here. Lions have 13 seconds to do something. Here's the kick. It's a long kick, and that'll be all the way across the field.
It'll be a touchback again. Carterville's not going to try to return it. They have 13 seconds. We'll see if they even try to do anything. They might take a knee and go to the locker room with a one-score lead.
And as I mentioned, the Lions have the ball to begin the second half. But nevertheless, we have ourselves a game either way here in Herrin. Tigers looking pretty good tonight against the Carterville Lions.
You never want the home team, you're in a ball game on the road, you never like the home team to stick around because it seems like the fourth quarter they tend to be the better team.
Right.
When you're in a ball game. So third quarter is going to be big for Carterville. It's going to be big for Herrin. But if Herrin can stick around, keep this within one score, they have a real good shot.
They're going to run the
late in
clock.
the game.
And that will be the end of the first half. We will have the John A. Logan College Why Would You Go Anywhere Else halftime show coming your way right after this break. It's Carterville 21, Herrin 14. We're live from the Harrison Bruce Athletic Complex in Herrin. You're watching the WFCN News Game of the Week, powered by the Swinford Media Group.
Presented by Swinford Media Group. Get ready for a WFCN Game of the Week. Powered by our incredible sponsors. Watermark Auto Group. John A. Logan College. Black Diamond Harley Davidson. Moreland-Bishop McDonalds. Deaconess Illinois Medical Center. Chick-Fil-A of Marion. Anderson's Furniture and Mattress. The Illinois Army National Guard. Legence Bank. Kemper CPA Group. The City of Herrin. The City of Sesser. Banterra Bank. Fellowship of Christian Athletes. The Bank of Herrin. State Farm Kenya Garner. SIU Credit Union. SouthernTrust Bank. The Print Shop at Pieces of Learning. First Southern Bank. Anderson Boys Trash Service. State Bank of Whittington. Urology Institute.
Once upon a time, there was an angry man with a few sprigs of golden hair. They called him Tony No-Locks. Tony No-Locks wanted to find the perfect pre-owned motorcycle that was just right. So off he went to visit Black Diamond Harley Davidson. So Tony No-Locks jumped on a pre-owned Road Glide at a great price. Ah, this is just right, he exclaimed. Find what is just right for you and your family at Black Diamond Harley Davidson.
Hi, I'm Tyler Young with the Print Shop here in Marion. We're on the square. We just got done doing some perforated vinyl here at Swinford Publications. So this is the vinyl that you can see out, but people can't see in, and it gives a nice little look and feel to a number of different kinds of businesses. So come see us at the Print Shop. We're at 1112 North Carbon, next to AutoZone behind Hardee's.
Anderson's Furniture and Mattress is putting on the end of the summer sale. The temperature may be dropping, but our savings never will. With up to 25% off store-wide or get up to 72 months, no interest. With queen mattresses starting at $179 and same-day delivery on most mattresses. Plus, we have all the best in American-made living room sets, like these from England Furniture. Custom for you, fast by us. 30 days or less, or it's free.
Anderson's Furniture and Mattress.
Want to know one of the best ways to show your Saluki pride? I'm Luke Martin, voice of the SIU Salukis and proud owner of a Banterra Saluki Visa debit card. Being able to use a Saluki branded debit card with no fees at more than 55,000 ATMs and special Saluki offers is a perk. Knowing that my transactions go towards supporting SIU is a win. Plus, Banterra is the bank that you want as a partner. Stop by a Banterra branch for details. Banterra is a proud supporter of regional athletics. Member FDIC.
We welcome you back to Herrin, Illinois. It's the Johnny Logan College Why Would You Go Anywhere Else halftime show. Garrett, as we enter halftime, go ahead and give us a quick rundown for those of you who are just joining on what we've seen so far in this exciting matchup.
Yeah, let's get to our Kemper CPA stats and scores here at the half, here in our John A. Logan halftime show. And the scoring got going with Herrin, 6:25 mark in the first. It was a Chris Nelson 19-yard touchdown run. Then Carterville followed up 29-second mark in the first. Nick Bishing 2-yard touchdown run to level the score. 4:39 left in the second. Nick Bishing with a 19-yard run. That's when Carterville led it 14-7. Then with 29 seconds left in the second, Andrew Johnson hit Nick Bishing for 22 yards for a touchdown to put the Lions up 21-7. And then that big Nemeth to Nelson 62-yard touchdown pass and catch with 13 seconds left in the first half. Brought the score to where we are now, 21-14 at the half.
Exciting game so far here in Herrin. Taking a look at some of the games around the region, we've been following another big game tonight in Southern Illinois. The Benton Rangers and the DuQuoin Indians, they are tied 7-7 at the half. A pretty overall low-scoring game there up in Collinsville.
Good defensive battle there between two really good teams, DuQuoin and Benton.
Up in Collinsville, the Collinsville team has a 28-15 against the Mount Vernon Rams. The Rams have a 28-15 lead over Collinsville, rather. Carbondale and Cahokia is tied 6-6 in the first quarter. Johnson City and Fairfield, that's a good game for the first time this season, the Johnson City Indians. It's not going to be a shutout game. It's 22-20 at the half. A very close game there against a very strong Johnson City team.
Sesser and Carmi, another really good one in the Black Diamond, 13-0 Sesser. Two more players that's going to win the Black Diamond.
Right.
Might be one of those two teams.
Yeah. El Dorado, 22-8 over Flora. Elsewhere in Southern Illinois, the Harrisburg Bulldogs have a 34-0 lead over Marquette. Sparta falling in the first quarter so far against the Chester Yellow Jackets, 13-0.
I think they're in a lightning delay also over there.
Yeah,
Chester and Sparta.
I was about to say, it should be at least in the second quarter by now, but yep. West Frankfort Redbirds leading the Pinckneyville Panthers 34-7 on homecoming night. And that is, with the exception of Murfreesboro, 49-0. That is the only score updates we have.
Yeah, Murphy and Nashville both up huge on Massac and AJ respectively. Couple games tomorrow. CZR is in action tomorrow against Red Hill. Marion hosts Lighthouse Christian. Watch that on Marion Star Facebook page.
Yep.
Wildcats have looked pretty good to start their season.
Yeah.
Lots of good games all around, and we got a really good one right here.
And you mentioned, once conference play starts, you really start to see some really exciting matchups, and we've seen that so far here tonight, and we're seeing it elsewhere around the region as well. I think we're obviously going to keep a very close eye on the Benton-DuQuoin game in the second half of the game as well. We got about 7 minutes left here in Herrin. So far in tonight's game, Garrett, I guess tell me some of the key players you have in your mind. We go over the key players in the beginning of the game, but now after seeing the first half of play, who do you think is going to carry their team to a victory in the second half?
Well, if Herrin's going to do something, it looks like the guy that's going to do it is Chris Nelson.
Right.
He has been their big playmaker in this ball game. Nemeth has been good as the quarterback. As for Carterville, I like Nick Bishing. He's ran a couple in. We've seen him throw some in previous weeks. We've seen him catch a pass for a touchdown. But then there's all kinds of guys that matter in this ball game, and those are just a few of them. But those were the top performers there in the first half, and guys that each of these teams will probably lean on going forward. You don't know. A lot of times, two halves can be polar opposites. But we're in for a good finish, and I think the team that makes fewer mistakes. See, I thought Herrin made a mistake by going for it on 4th and 5, and that is the difference in this game.
Yeah.
At the moment, Carterville hasn't made any mistakes really, at least not any that have cost him. Herrin's made the one by going for it 4th and 5, backed up a little bit, but that's been the one on my radar that I thought's been a mistake, and it's proved to be a difference.
Yeah, I mean, it very well could be a tie game if we didn't have that mistake, or even maybe the Tigers leading it. But yeah, whichever team makes the fewer mistakes tends to win. It might end up that way tonight, and we'll have to wait and see. With about 5 minutes left here in halftime, we'll have a few more thoughts coming your way. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to the Johnny Logan College Why Would You Go Anywhere Else halftime show live from Herrin.
Hi, Wildcat fans. I'm Brad Poole, president of the Watermark Auto Group. I invite you to come experience the fastest, friendliest, and fairest car buying in our little corner of the world. Our friendly sales representatives will provide you in writing with our best price, trade value, monthly payments, all within minutes of your request. No pressure, no hurdles, no tricks, and no surprises. Experience the Watermark difference for yourself at Watermark Ford Hyundai or Watermark Nissan of Marion. Fast, friendly, fair. That's Watermark.
Hi, I'm Tyler Young with the print shop here in Marion. We're on the square. We just got done doing some perforated vinyl here at Swinford Publications. So this is the vinyl that you can see out, but people can't see in, and it gives a nice little look and feel to a number of different kinds of businesses. So come see us at the print shop. We're at 1112 North Carbon, next to AutoZone behind Hardee's.
Once upon a time, there was an angry man with a few sprigs of golden hair. They called him Tony No-Locks. Tony No-Locks wanted to find the perfect pre-owned motorcycle that was just right. So off he went to visit Black Diamond Harley Davidson. So Tony No-Locks jumped on a pre-owned Road Glide at a great price. Ah, this is just right, he exclaimed. Find what is just right for you and your family at Black Diamond Harley Davidson.
Welcome you back to Coaches at Crown Brew Getting Coffee.
Welcome back to the Johnny Logan College Why Would You Go Anywhere Else halftime show. It's 21-14 Carterville here at the half. It's been a very entertaining game so far. A lot of great football going on this weekend, not just in the high school realm of things, but also college. Tomorrow is the big War for the Wheel game over at SIU, as the Salukis will take on the Southeastern Missouri Redhawks at home. It was a great game last year. It came down to the wire. I was there last year, man. I was there right on the goal line as the Salukis pulled off that big win last year over SEMO for another exciting game this year, Garrett.
Yeah, and SIU down there starting quarterback. They're getting a local product who's going to make his first collegiate start. I mean, this is a good rivalry, like you said. I know I'll be there watching it, and it's even better when both teams are successful. They've both had success these past handful of years. They're both ranked again. It's got to be one of the top games in college football at the FCS level tomorrow, and it's going to be a good one.
And you mentioned, Marion native Hunter Simmons going to make his first career start tomorrow. DJ Williams, at quarterback, was injured last week and will have surgery on his right hand. SIU coach Nick Hill says that Williams will be out for the foreseeable future. Simmons is a 2021 graduate of Marion High School. So, yeah, I mean, an injury is never a good thing, but nevertheless, it's good to see some local talent being able to step up and fill in that role. Another thing in the sports world, I mean, it's getting closer and closer, but basketball is on the way too. Salukis released their MVC schedule today as well, so that's right around the corner. And we've got more football right around the corner, just about to get underway in the second half as the WFCN News Game of the Week continues here in Herrin.
Introducing Deaconess Illinois Crossroads, Deaconess Illinois Medical Center, and Deaconess Illinois Union County. New names and a renewed commitment to your health while elevating healthcare standards for Southern Illinois. A new era of care begins now.
Contact Kenya Garner for an auto quote today.
Anderson's Furniture and Mattress is putting on the end of the summer sale. The temperature may be dropping, but our savings never will. With up to 25% off store-wide or get up to 72 months no interest. With queen mattresses starting at $179 and same-day delivery on most mattresses. Plus, we have all the best in American-made living room sets like these from England Furniture. Custom for you, fast by us. 30 days or less or it's free.
Anderson's Furniture and Mattress.
Want to know one of the best ways to show your Saluki pride? I'm Luke Martin, voice of the SIU Salukis and proud owner of a Banterra Saluki Visa debit card. Being able to use a Saluki branded debit card with no fees at more than 55,000 ATMs and special Saluki offers is a perk. Knowing that my transactions go towards supporting SIU is a win. Plus, Banterra is the bank that you want as a partner. Stop by a Banterra branch for details. Banterra is a proud supporter of regional athletics. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Herrin, Illinois, the Harrison Bruce Athletic Complex. Herrin Tigers taking on the Carterville Lions. And Garrett, they're making use of that new scoreboard tonight out in left field, or left side of the field, rather. Very exciting game here so far. Looking here into the second half, I mean, we mentioned that Carterville is going to start off by receiving the ball. I would say it'd be in their greatest favor to work quick here in the second half against the Tigers.
I don't think you'll see a whole lot of things change for Carterville in terms of what they did. For the most part, they moved the ball at will and you're a little bit more consistent offensively than Herrin was. I don't think you'll see a whole lot of change, especially with them up in the ball game. If they fall behind, you'll obviously see them do something different, but probably a little bit more of a mixed attack. Didn't see that first possession. It got that way. You know, you started seeing their quarterback, Andrew Johnson, start to drop back and throw it a little bit. Still, it's a lot of it's going through Nick Bishing, and it's I think you'll see a lot of that in the second half. You'll see probably run the clock a little bit. They did it in the first half. And as for Herrin, their key goal is get a quick stop and get the ball.
Yeah.
Negate that first possession that Carterville's going to get to start this second half. Just try to get your defense off the field as quickly as possible. Give your offense a chance to tie this game up.
Yeah. There's a look at that new video board out here at the Harrison Bruce Sports Complex. We got about 18 seconds left until we are about to get underway here in Herrin. We thank you for joining us, and we thank our sponsors that make this broadcast possible. And if you decided to, for some reason, to not come out tonight because of the weather, there's no weather concerns tonight. It's been a perfect night. It was a little warm when we first got here, but
the sun was beating right on our backs, but
Right.
at least it wasn't in our face.
That's right.
We've had a lot worse setups before, and it's turned into a nice night over here in Herrin.
Carterville will receive the ball to begin the third quarter.
Tigers will kick off to start the second half. Jose Mendez lines up.
Jose Mendez.
Deep for the Lions.
Yeah, he's been pretty impressive kicking the football.
Mhm.
The left-footed kicker.
And Jonathan Miller.
We'll see him tee it up here. Try to send one to the end zone yet again. He's done it a couple of times for some touchbacks. And with this kick, we're underway in the second half. Line drive low, and it's going to be fielded on one hop by Carterville. So they will bring this one back, and it is brought back by Hayden Harrell. Dropped
Hayden Harrell on the return for
just shy of the 30, a yard or two shy of the 30, and they'll set up shop there here in the second half. Tough ball to field as it was on a line. It's one you might let go, and that one,
Yeah,
that's going to get to the goal line pretty easily.
I
But,
was wondering if they were going to go after that or not, but
Harold does take it out, and he actually gets them a couple yards further than where they would have set up anyways. So it's a pretty good return with that tough line drive kick coming right at him.
here's the snap. Hands off to Cozy, and he's going to carry it enough for a First Southern Bank first down.
And we saw him, they were really relying on him first drive, and then after that, they kind of went away from him. We'll see if he gets more touches here in the second half, but I thought he looked pretty impressive there in the first quarter. Now he is back here in the third. Not a whole lot of him in the second, with Bishing able to really do whatever he wanted there in the second quarter. Keeping it is Bishing. He rolls right, and he's going to get just shy of the first down marker. So 2 plays, and 2 very positive plays for Carterville. They're moving the ball quickly.
Hands off to Cozy. It's going to be enough for a First Southern Bank first down, right past the first down marker, right around the 43-yard line.
Ray Yates led the charge for the Tigers. First down, Carterville.
First down, Carterville
Tiger 43-yard line.
on the Tigers' 43-yard line.
Bishing. Hands off. There's Myers. First time we've said his name, first time we've seen him in there. Chance Myers with a huge first Southern Bank first down.
Myers was off to the races there for a little bit.
Didn't see him in the first half, but he's their leading back this season. He looked pretty good on that play. Do we have an early timeout here in the third? Looks like we might.
I'm thinking, well, yeah, it is a timeout.
10:35 to go in the third. I think that was called by the defense. The Herrin Tigers trying to slow the momentum.
We'll be right back as the WFC News Game of the Week continues here on the Swinford Media Group.
Timeout, Herrin.
All right, we're back here from a brief timeout. Lions with the ball. And there's a flag on the field as
Myers, who's just rambling down and finally gets knocked down.
was able to break through there for a moment, but there was a flag. We'll see what that is. Will be holding on the Lions.
That'll back him up. So Carterville's going to have to get more than just the normal 10. As Myers had another positive play. And now we're starting to see him. I think we'll see more of him. Now he's out there in that first half. He's back in there here to start the third quarter. He's looked really good on his 2 attempts. His first one, he had a lot of space. That last one, just kept pulling guys with him as he kept moving forward. He won't go to Myers here. It'll be a pass. Out right side, nearing the sticks and passing, or getting right around him that time.
Riley Crane.
Yeah, it was Crane.
Complete to Riley Crane.
Be a gain of about.
All right, maybe right back to where they started.
Looks like it. 9. Second and 9.
They'll get an 11-yard gain that time.
11-yard gain. Second down, 9 yards to go from the Tiger 19-yard line.
Here's the snap almost over the head.
There's Myers, and he is tough to bring down, and a group finally does. But not until after a positive gain for Carterville. 9 minutes, 30 seconds left in the quarter number 3. The Lions getting close to the doorstep. 3rd and a couple from the 12. Bishing. He's under center. Will he just take it himself? He will.
Very nice job there by the Tigers defense to stop him quick. We've seen a little bit of lightning to our north, but I think that's quite far enough to avoid any delays here, thankfully. Storm is moving up.
And that's a First Southern Bank first down.
Yep.
Yeah, just enough. It's going to be 1st and 10. Or, yeah, 1st and goal from the 10. Bishing to Myers. Right side. And he's dropped after a pickup of a couple of yards.
8:42 left here in the third quarter.
Scotty Reynolds on the stop for the Tigers.
Scotty Reynolds had the stop there for the Herrin Tigers at 2nd and goal with 8:30.
They'll give him 4 yards on that carry. Fishing. Quarterback keeper. He is making his way towards the goal line. That'll be pretty close.
Very close.
He's going to be 1 yard shy of the goal line. 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Whether the Lions are able to get a touchdown here, I mean, either way, the Herrin Tigers, pretty good defense on their end.
Yeah, the problem is, though, their defense has been just good enough to where Carterville's not been able to cruise, but it's taken a lot of time off the clock. So you'd rather, if they're going to score, you'd rather them just do it real quickly. But this long drive comes to a conclusion on the touchdown run. They punch it in. That was Luke.
The ball carrier. Touchdown, Carterville.
Looked like Luke Johnson.
(27-14) Carterville. That was Johnson. And here is the point after attempt, and it is good. That'll make it
The kick is good.
28-14 as the Lions are looking to answer back here in the third quarter with about 7 minutes and 45 seconds left.
That was the probably the couldn't have drawn it up any better for Carterville there. Running a lot of time off the clock here in the third, and you get a touchdown. So now you're back up 2 scores, and the benefit of getting the start there in the third quarter with the football. Now Herrin's got to play catch up, and they got to try to do it quick. It's 28-14 Carterville on top of Herrin here in Herrin for the WFCN Game of the Week. Now these drives just get more and more important for Herrin. You're not sure how many more you'll get. Some of these possessions have been very long. There's been a couple that have been very short. couple long offensive drives, even without a score for Carterville, could be the end of things.
There's a whistle on the field.
It looked like the return man, Stubbs, when he fielded it, his knee was already on the ground, and that would make him down by the ruling. That'd have to be my guess on what that was. So I don't think that was intentional, but it looked like the knee was touching the grass when he fielded that football.
Mm-hmm.
Herrin will start at their own 24.
First and 10 for the Tigers. 7:44 here in the third quarter. Here's the snap.
And breaking free left side, that's Lukens.
He's
back.
going.
It's going to take
Lukens.
a lot to catch him. No,
That's going to be a touchdown for the Herrin Tigers.
No flags on the field. That's going to be good.
Kyrese Lukens for the Herrin Tigers. This game continues to be entertaining. 74-yard touchdown. We had a 60-yard touchdown earlier. Now a 74-yarder for Lukens. Man, Garrett, we talked about earlier when I'd say the main difference between the Tigers and the Lions tonight is all of the touchdowns pretty much the Tigers are getting are long touchdown runs. The Lions are just kind of, getting it close up to the goal line.
Yeah, Herrin's shortest was the Nelson run for 19 yards, and that is by far their shortest.
Yep. It looks like, were they going to go for a kick there or
Yeah.
what? Yeah.
Something happened. We do have a flag, but
Tigers failed to convert the extra point.
looks like it was on Herrin.
Flag on the play.
Going to be a false start.
Extra point is no good. Lions 28. Tigers.
So the extra point's no good for the Tigers. Unfortunate for the Tigers fans, but nevertheless, we've still got a ball game. We're not even in the fourth quarter yet. 7:31 left
Yeah, they
here.
can't complain. I mean, that's an immediate response.
Yeah.
Still just a one-score game. If you score and you have to go for two, you still have that option to where you can still knot the score up. But, man, that a quick response. We've seen that the past two scores for Herrin, it's been immediately after that Carterville score. So now on the other side of things, the Lions feel like they got to keep putting the pressure on because Herrin, they've been scoring immediately on their offensive possessions these past two drives.
Hayden Harrell, Jonathan Miller deep for the Lions.
Hayden Miller and Jonathan Terrell.
Tigers.
28-20 Lions. Here in Herrin. Herrin's going to kick off. And that, you keep mentioning, Garrett, Herrin's kicks have looked pretty good tonight. That's nearly all the way back to the goal line. And number Hayden Harrell for the Tigers has a long carry there. That'll be about.
Yeah, Aaron, I think it might be coming back. We got a flag around the 20.
Looking over at my sheet the exact second they put that flag on the field.
Blocking the back against Carterville.
Blocking the back against Carterville.
That'll be a spot foul, and they'll back it up from there. So this is going to go quite a ways back. See where they mark it. In at the 10. So big difference there.
Carterville takes over on their own 10-yard line.
Carterville on their own 10.
So they start where they would have if he'd just let the ball go. 7:21, first and 10. They're throwing it to.
Yeah, that's
Parker Poole.
who gets the reception for a first Southern Bank first down. They quickly get some breathing room as they were pinned back, and now they get a little bit more comfortable and they can run more plays, more availability to their play sheet now that they're not right there on the goal line. And a big first down on the first play from scrimmage.
First down, Carterville on the 26-yard line. Here's the snap. Bishing is going to throw it.
That's actually
that's
Johnson looking for Bishing over the middle, and he overthrew him.
Intended for Nicholas Bishing. Flag on the play.
Another flag on the field. Wait and see what the call is here. As you mentioned, Garrett, a lot of laundry on the field tonight, especially in the first half. .6:49 to go here in the third quarter.
Man, are they calling something against
Looks like
the defense?
Yeah. That'll be against Herrin, and that'll move Carterville up to around the 39 or 41-yard line, rather.
Would have had to have been PI. Pass interference is my only guess. Maybe holding if it was before the release of the pass, but now the snap over the head of the quarterback Johnson, who just has to fall on it at the 25. So that is a big blunder and loss for Carterville.
You know, Garrett, you talk about those little mistakes that can cost you. Herrin had one earlier in the game. Little mistakes like that can have big consequences, as it's now 2nd and 26 for the Carterville Lions. Then again, look at what the Herrin Tigers did after their penalty earlier. So the Lions will have the ball around the 25-yard line with 6:10 left to go. Here's the snap.
Johnson rolling out, looking right, has his man, but knocked out of bounds, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and very long.
Commander Johnson complete to Nicholas Bishing. Pushed out of bounds by Jacoby Stubbs. Brings up
Jacoby Stubbs.
From about the 31-yard line.
3rd and long, and must stop here for Herrin. This would be a backbreaker.
Yeah.
They allow a conversion on 3rd and 20.
It's 10-7, Benton with the lead over in DeCoin on the fourth quarter. They're going to throw the ball again, and that is a little bit out of reach.
Underthrown.
Of Nick Bishing.
Underthrown, and it's going to be a definite punt for Carterville. So the Tigers respond quickly after Carterville opening half touchdown, and now they're going to get the ball back.
Interesting Williamson County rivalry matchup tonight between the Tigers and the Lions.
It's been a good one, Aaron. It's been a really good ball game. You know, a lot of people didn't think it would be, but I was not one of those. I thought there was definitely a shot that Herrin being at home would have a chance in this ball game. Lukens.
He's just, man.
Evades 3 or 4 Lions before he's finally dropped.
He should have been taken down way before that, and looks like there might be a little bit of
some extracurriculars after the play.
Yeah. Looks like we might have an injured player as well. All sorts of stuff going on the field right now.
Yeah, and on that return, guy down on the field.
Yep.
It's a good time to take a break. We'll come back. 5:45 left in the third. We got a good one from Herrin.
This is Thrill Bill at Oasis Power Sports in front of the Marion Mall. I want to let everybody know that we offer so many different products. I'm going to walk through and I'm going to show you a bunch. We have a ton of inventory outside. These things are everywhere. Not only do we have all that inventory outside, we have a full house inside as well. So come on down and see us. Let's get it.
Welcome back to Herrin, Illinois, it's the Harrison Bruce Athletic Complex, and the Herrin Tigers are putting up a fight tonight against the Carterville Lions. It's just an 8-point ball game, and the Tigers looking to do some more damage here. It'll be 1st and 10 Tigers on the 45-yard line here in the third quarter.
Hey, Herrin in a good spot on the field. Trailing by just 8 points. Namath, quick handoff, and a couple of yards.
Looks like that might have been Lex Garner. Never mind.
I think that was Hobson that time.
Yep.
Jayden Hobson. Gain of 2.
Luke Johnson in on the stop for Carterville.
Luke Johnson on the stop for Carterville as the clock getting ready to tick past 5 minutes. 2nd and 8 for the Herrin Tigers on the gain of 2. The ball's around midfield.
Namath gets the snap and quickly hands off Lukens. And a pile of players on the left end knock him down. Going to bring up a quick 3rd down. And around 5, maybe 6 to go.
Certainly doable for the Herrin Tigers. But that Lions defense has been good so far this drive. See if that holds up. 4:28 left. Ball's on the 49-yard line for the Herrin Tigers.
No reason to rush. You plenty of time. Namath is going to keep and didn't see a defender. He's pretty.
Namath tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
He's tackled by
that time. And
Evan Berry.
He rolled out and didn't even care to look to see if any defenders were there.
There's a flag on the play. Penalty declined. That'll be
4th and long, and Herrin's got to get rid of the football.
Fourth and about 14.
For the Tigers here, you definitely want your good kicking tonight so far to hold up.
It's Will Nix who will send it away. 3:55 to go in the third. So Carterville gets a stop.
It's going to roll to around the 28-yard line.
That's where it'll stop. Favorable roll that time on the punt for Herrin. So still some work to do for Carterville to get it back the other way. But a couple of defensive stops after the opening scores by both teams here in the third.
Head coach for the Herrin Tigers, Hunter Shockley, really getting a good feel of some good old Tiger enthusiasm tonight. His first game at home was a blowout, but tonight's definitely shaping up to be an interesting one.
Yeah, it's been a good one, and he's going to need his defense to come through again. Here's Bishing. Finds a hole, and he has a big first down and more. Up past midfield and knocked out after crossing midfield, and a flag thrown.
It's a late flag.
Probably going to be, or might be, a late hit. It looks to be what it is.
Penalties against the Tigers.
Well, they'll be against the Herrin Tigers.
It's another first Southern Bank first down for Nick Bishing and the Lions.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
It's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct against the Tigers. That's their second unsportsmanlike conduct call tonight.
I think that was probably a late hit after he was Bishing was already out of bounds. It's a tack on 15 on top of the big game. That's all it took for Carterville to be back in shape of getting another score.
Cozy, the ball carrier for a short
Cozy
gain.
not able to get too far there. That'll be a short gain, making it second and should be around 8, 9, second and 9 for the Carterville Lions. A little over 3 minutes left here in quarter number 3. Lions with an 8-point lead. The Tigers looking to get their good defense. And here's the snap. Brought down very quickly around the 35-yard line. Chance Myers was stopped well behind the line of scrimmage. Rylan Lataweda on the quick tackle. That'll be 3rd down and 12 for the Carterville Lions. A big spot here for the Tigers, Garrett.
Yeah, another big play here for Herrin's defense that's keeping them in this ball game. And they've not been perfect. They've given up 4 scores, but they've given them a shot.
Yep.
And they need another big play here on 3rd and 12. If you keep them pretty far back, Carterville might not even go for it on 4th down, even though they're in plus territory.
Here's
Fishing.
the snap.
There's Myers back in there. He has it. Right side. Is he going to get it all back? He does, and he's down the right sideline for a big Southern Bank first down for the Carterville Lions.
Chance Myers, the ball carrier. Pushed out of bounds by Jacoby Stubbs. First down.
Did it pretty easily. Not a lot of defense or defenders around him.
Not at
He
all.
weaved his way through along that right edge.
So it's 1st and 10 once again, all the way down to the 15-yard line for the Carterville Lions.
One of the officials speaking with Carterville's sideline. And now they'll get it going again. Fishing in the shotgun. Hands it off Myers. He's dropped pretty quickly. No, he's out to the right edge, and he's still
going.
Yeah, they brought down the wrong guy.
That's going to be a touchdown for the Carterville Lions, and you're exactly right, Garrett. They went after the wrong guy, 34-20.
Man, oh man, how about Chance Myers making his presence known here in the second half? Didn't play at all in the first half offensively, and he's picked it up here in the second half. Big touchdown there.
Flag on the play.
So flag on the play. Not speak so quick. See what this is about.
Yeah, I think it would be, it's probably going to be after the play since it was called so late. I don't think it would have been on the play, and it was against the defense anyways.
Yep.
Johnson, the holder. Layson, the kicker for the extra point.
So the Lions are going to go for the extra point.
Let's go for the one. They'll be up 15 if they can get it. And it's
they do.
Through 35-20.
Carterville 35, Herrin 20.
The Herrin had their opportunities. 3rd and long, and it was Chance Myers who picked it up, got a big first down, and then gets it in for a touchdown, and the lead is back to a 2-score game for Carterville.
Taking a quick look around the region, and some of the other games are following tonight. Redbirds ahead 34-7 in the 3rd quarter against the Pinckneyville Panthers. Elsewhere in Southern Illinois, as we reload our results here, we got Cahokia over Carbondale 18-6 in the 2nd quarter. Mount Vernon over Collinsville 28-15 at the half. Johnson City now with a pretty good lead over Fairfield in the 3rd quarter, 28-20. That's the same score we have here in Herrin. DuQuoin Indians are leading the Benton Rangers 14-10 in the 4th quarter.
Oh, that's got to be a good game going
That
right now. A good low-scoring defensive battle.
Yep. Harrisburg Bulldogs 48-0 over Marquette. Lions the El Dorado Eagles and Flora are tied up right now, 22-22.
That's a good one too.
Yep. Chester over Sparta 13-0.
That's again in a lightning delay.
Yep.
Chester and Sparta. Mount Vernon, Collinsville in a lightning delay.
Sesser and Carmi. Sesser with the lead 26-0 in the 4th quarter.
How about that statement from Sesser? They just keep on winning. Team we get to see next week against Christopher.
Yep.
Kicking off for the Lions, Keith Layson.
Keith Layson kicking off for the Carterville Lions. Tigers needing to do some damage and needing to do it quick here as we approach the fourth quarter of play. Here's the kick, and it's a good long kick all the way back to around the 10-yard line.
And Nelson with his momentum falling backwards, so not able to return this very far.
He's taken down quick by a Pride of Lions.
And now a shoving match and a couple flags coming in late.
More unsportsmanlike conduct tonight.
Probably going to be on Herrin again. Looked like Nelson, when he hopped up, ran over to a guy, so we'll see who they call it on.
Unsportsmanlike conduct calls tonight have already hurt Herrin. And if it is called that way, it will continue. I wouldn't be shocked to see an unsportsmanlike conduct call on both teams here.
Yeah, that's very possible too. We saw it already once, and they're trying to figure out the numbers and who did what. And that is what we're going to get.
Against the Tigers.
It'll be against the Tigers.
Chris Nelson been ejected from the game.
Chris Nelson has just been ejected from the game for the Herrin Tigers.
They give him unsportsmanlike, and he's going to be forced to leave.
Oh, Chris Nelson is number 1 for the Tigers. 1:48 left here, and the Tigers have a player ejection with the Carterville Lions close to the goal line.
Herrin's backed way up.
Ball's on the 6-yard line for the Carterville Lions.
Backed way up here.
Or excuse me, the Herrin Tigers.
Where do they end up with it? Just up the middle, not a whole lot of movement there.
After all the confusion there, I forgot which team had the ball.
Will Nix, the ball carrier for the Tigers. Short gain.
It'll be short gain for the Tigers. 2nd and 8.
And Will Nix with 2 yards.
6-yard line.
They got to get off the goal line here. And it's starting to look like they're going to need a lot to go their way.
Yep.
With 1:10 left in the third and pinned way back. Trailing by 15.
Ball's loose, and it is quickly recovered.
It's going to be right there nearing the goal line.
Yeah.
Fumble snap against the Tigers, recovered in the end zone.
Definitely not going well.
Right on the 1. So nearly a safety. Instead, Herrin is as backed up as far as you can get.
It'll be 3rd and long for the Tigers. 15 yards to be exact with 40 seconds left.
From the Herrin 1-yard line.
We've seen some excitement from the Tigers so far tonight, but this is tough.
Yeah, this is a tough spot to be in. And
he's brought down quick. And
just a couple of yards, and it is going to be great field position for Carterville as this time is winding down here in the 3rd quarter, as Herrin is going to be forced to punt. No question about this one, Aaron.
Short game brings up 4th down for the Tigers.
4th down, and it will happen in the 4th. It's 35-20. Carterville leading Herrin. This is the WFCN Game of the Week, powered by Swinford Media.
Contact Kenya Garner for an auto quote today.
Hey, this is Michael Anderson, owner of Anderson Boys Trash Service. We are locally owned and operated. We are reliable and affordable. Weekly trash service. I look forward to hearing from you soon. I appreciate you, and my family appreciate the business. 618-925-1215, or you can check us out on Facebook at Anderson Boys Trash Service.
3 hospitals, 1 shared vision. Welcome to a new era of care as we introduce Deaconess Illinois Crossroads, dedicated to elevating healthcare for Southern Illinois. From Heartland Regional to now Deaconess Illinois Medical Center, driven to provide you with the highest quality care every single day. And Union County Hospital is now proudly Deaconess Illinois Union County. All combine innovation with compassion, where your health is our #1 priority. Join us as we redefine healthcare together.
Welcome back to Herrin, Illinois, the Harrison Bruce Athletic Complex. After a series of mistakes, the Herrin Tigers have given the ball up back to the Carterville Lions, and the Lions hold a 15-point lead here at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Garrett, if the Tigers want to have a shot at all, they're going to have to do a lot.
Oh yeah, and this is not going to be fun punting out of the back of your own end zone. They send some rushers here. They might be able to get to this ball and knock it down. Just gets it off, and it's going to be a low kick, and it's going to go out of bounds. And already in positive field position.
No return. Carterville will take over.
I'll take over around the
On the Herrin
37-yard line.
So Carterville takes over at the 36, it looks like. Keeping it is Bishing. Rolls out left, looking for an edge. And not a whole lot. He's going to be drug out. Gain of a couple. Momentum pushed forward. That's going to help him out.
Tackled by Lucas.
We're here in the fourth. Carterville looking for the knockout punch.
Short 7.
Second and 7 for the Carterville Lions on the 33-yard line. Here's the snap.
Dropping back, Bishing.
Big throw.
And
it's a good throw, and that'll be a touchdown for the Carterville Lions. That's Parker Poole for the Carterville Lions, and that pretty much seals the deal, I would say, Garrett. 41-20 now here in the fourth quarter. The Carterville Lions have taken a 21-point lead, 22 if they get the extra point here. Seemed like in that play there, everyone was just moving pretty slow.
Yeah, easy catch for Poole. PAT is going to be good. Carterville just starting to pour it on. Herrin's offense not able to keep up. It's 42-20 Carterville, and it was a good fight for Herrin to this point. Still 10:56 left. We've seen how quick they can score, but they're down an offensive threat in Chris Nelson now, and a lot has to go their way to get back in it. But it wasn't long ago they were just down one score.
Yep.
And had a legitimate shot to get it back with just being down just one score, and it didn't work out that way. And now that's how quick Carterville can make you pay. It's 42-20 Lions on top with 10:56 left.
Keeping a close eye on the DeCoyne-Benton game. You're also keeping an eye on the Johnson City game.
Yep, it's a good one there, late in that one. See if we can get a score there. It looks like Johnston City has scored again, so they're trying to pull away. They're up 36-20. Late third, early fourth in that one.
So the Tigers have
Hobson had nowhere to go. He was stood up around the 20. Couldn't go anywhere there. Carterville got to him quickly.
.10:51 left in the ball game. Ball's on the 19-yard line.
Herrin needing something here. And a flag thrown.
Flag on the play. Delay of game penalty against Herrin.
The penalties keep pouring on for the Herrin Tigers.
Short gain.
Stem the ball carrier for the Tigers.
It's second. And looks to be about 15 maybe. Into the hands of Hubbard. Not a lot there. Third and long.
Nick Hubbard, the ball carrier. Short game for the Tigers. Third down. About 13 yards to go.
Third and 13 for the Herrin Tigers. Murfreesboro.
An odd score, 56-2.
Yeah, just seeing that over the Massac County Patriots.
To get that one done. Nashville on their way to a big victory over AJ as well. Carterville looking to close out Fairfield, or Johnson City rather, looking to close out Fairfield.
Carterville looking to close out Herrin.
Yes, they're doing just that at this point.
Yeah.
Sport down, and Tigers have to get rid of it. It's fourth and very long as we're under the 9-minute mark. Harrisburg in great shape against Marquette. 48-0 in the fourth. DuQuoin Benton
For the Tigers.
still waiting on any final word in that one, Aaron. 14-10 there. It's the last time we heard. DuQuoin led. This is straight up in the air on this punt. It's not going to reach the 40. Will it get a good bounce? It will for the Tigers. It's still going to be shy of hitting midfield. Just around the 45.
No return. Carterville takes over on the Herrin 45-yard line.
Sesser Valier in great shape. We get to see them next week against Christopher. They're up 32-0 on Carmine.
You know, Sesser is going to be underrated, I think, in a way. I mean, when you look at all of the teams in Southern Illinois, I think they're going to be kind of an underdog to watch later in the season.
As much as they've won in the past, it's hard to call them underrated, but under the radar might be a better term. You know, they are being a smaller class school, but they just keep taking care of business. That game against Johnson City later in the year could be a really good one.
Yep.
Which I think we have that on our schedule.
Week 8, I believe.
Over there in Sesser. Hamco up on Edwards County. They are in a lightning delay. We're starting to see some lightning delays pop up.
Making its way a little bit further south now, but I think we should be okay.
We'll finish this one. I mean, they're fine in West Frankfort still. No delay there, and that's even more north than here. So I think we
nearest
will.
storm to us is up in Salem right now, so we should be a-okay here down in Carterville, or Herrin rather.
Basically the same.
Basically, I mean, it's a 5-minute drive.
They're going to be delayed by the same storm, so it doesn't really matter anyways. But
right.
Some good ones, some good scores all around. We're tending to a player that was banged up there that time. It looked like it was Nemeth. Taking a lot of the snaps as the Herrin quarterback today. Majority of them this season, along with Lukens in there, who's now being used as a receiver and a back. But Nemeth gets to the sideline. And Carterville takes over at the 45, and it's Bishing with Myers to his right in the backfield. Snap. There's Myers, left side in a big hole. He's going to burst past a whole bunch of defenders, and he's still on his feet and finally knocked out. That's a first Southern Bank first down. And Carterville's looking to put a cap on this performance over here in week 4.
Looking to add to the damage here. Still quite a bit of time left here in the fourth quarter. We still got 8 minutes, 21 seconds to go.
Yeah, but it seems like Carterville's only getting better and better as this game's going. And they're putting up an offensive showing here this evening. And that's been something that they've done. I mean, they've scored some points, but in the last couple weeks, nothing like this. I mean, they've scored in the 20s. This is going to be their biggest offensive output by far. They've doubled up their best.
Oh!
Hit hard was Cozy.
Big tackle. Oh, and there is more flags on the field.
A flag comes in. It's probably going to be, maybe they're going to call a hit to the helmet would be the guess. That was Cozy who got hit. Another flag thrown.
Herrin's coach, one of their assistant coaches is not happy, and it looks like that flag was thrown based on his behavior out there around the 30-yard line. Head coach Hunter Shockley also having a few words, but trying to calm down his assistant coach. He's been ejected from the game. Not Shockley, but the assistant coach has just been ejected. He gets a round of applause from the Herrin Tigers fans as Shockley's still debating with the ref.
They're going to call a hit to the helmet, and Herrin's defense and debate is that he led with the shoulder. Tough for us to tell now without having a replay, but that's the difference there in what they're debating. Was it a lead with the helmet? Was it led with the shoulder? That's what the flag was thrown about, and
you
that's
know,
all up for debate at this point.
They call it a rivalry game for a reason. It is, unlike two Williamson County teams, again, it's a 5-minute drive away. So both of these teams, you know, it's a local showdown in a way. So tensions can be a little bit higher.
We'll see what they decide. There's a long discussion, but I'd have to think it is going to be on that hit. Yeah, it will be a hit to the helmet.
Personal foul against the Tigers.
Personal foul against the Tigers.
2 personal fouls against the Tigers.
Yeah, it's going to be the hit to the helmet and probably the unsportsmanlike on the sideline, and it's just kind of getting out of control now from Herrin's vantage point. How many penalties they've racked up. They've just, you know, it hasn't gone your way.
Right.
You've played decent football, but, you know, they've not liked how things have went in this ball game, you know, in terms of the officiating. But you got to keep your composure, and you still got time to go. You don't want this to get any worse than what it has.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty much the nails in the coffin for the Tigers at this point. But I mean, there's no need in cause any more of a scene than you are right now. I mean, I realize you're frustrated.
I'm not sure.
Not sure what's going on.
Why
right
we're stopped now. What we're waiting on. 8:14 left. It's 42-20 Carterville, and they are marching down. They are inside the 5 at the 3 after those penalties.
Head coach Hunter Shockley is having a discussion with many of his players here on the sideline,
And real quick, if we can, Aaron, how about the bounce back after what would Carterville fans would probably call an embarrassment, what they showed game one.
Yeah.
Getting blown out like that after being a really good playoff team last year. How about the bounce back? You're going to go 3-1 to start after that loss. 3 wins in a row, 2 of them on the road. Those are against teams that are winning. You know, Herrin struggled this year, but Nashville's going to be 3-1.
Right.
West Frankfort's going to be 3-1.
Yeah.
Carterville is going to beat a Herrin team that's yet to get a victory. Their one loss is going to be against a good Benton team that's played a tough schedule to start their season. I know they've already lost, but that was against a really good Murphy team. They're in a dogfight with a really good DuQuoin team.
Yeah.
Benton's going to be a big factor in the postseason, and I think Carterville will too because of their versatility.
Yeah.
And you know, their options offensively in the backfield.
So it looks like we might finally be getting back into action here after a long timeout.
Yeah, that took a while. Carterville will go. Will they punch it in one final time?
Maybe not even one final time.
Yeah, there's still a lot of time. You're right.
Yeah.
And a flag
Another
thrown.
flag on the field. There's
as
a second one.
Flag on the play.
Cozy got in, but it's going to be a hold on the offense. So take it off the board. No touchdown. Officially, Nashville is 3-1. They win at 48-6 over Anna Jonesboro.
Penalties against Carterville.
So Nashville's going to march in 3-1, heading to West Frankfort. Could be a good game that week.
Yeah.
Logan against Carterville. 10-yard
Yeah, that week 6 is going to be, it might be something we leave up to the fans to decide. We still got another week to see what.
Put a poll out maybe.
Yeah.
Start of the week.
Yep.
It'd be pretty neat if we did something like that.
I think right after next week's game, we'll get that poll published up on Saturday and let the people decide. That's what we do in America, don't we?
How about Sesser Villiers?
Yep.
Undefeated Carmi, they shut them down 32-0, and they're still 4-0 now. So a big win for them. It just went final.
Quite a game there for Amon Cozy.
Tackled by Colby Coffey.
He's tackled by Coffey with 7:49 left to go. Going on just past 9 o'clock, 9:12 here in Herrin. The breeze has died down a little bit, and it's just about as perfect of weather as you could get for football.
And there's good more football to watch tomorrow.
That's
too.
right.
Watch it on the Marion Star Facebook page. Marion hosts Lighthouse Christian. You get 2 for 1. You get a game tonight. You get a game tomorrow.
That's right.
Cozy's going to make it in this time. Give him a 7-yard touchdown rush.
Touchdown Carterville.
You also got, like you mentioned earlier, the college football World War for the Wheel game tomorrow at SIU.
Yeah, that'll be a fun one. That'll be a good one. It's good to see some local talent get some opportunities there. Unfortunately, in the way it had to happen, but 2 really good, highly ranked and highly touted football teams.
So the kick will be good for the Carterville Lions. That'll make it, they're almost halfway to 100, 49-20 over the Tigers, and there's still time left to do some more damage. 7 minutes.
Aaron, this has been a good progression offensively based on what we've seen. You've got to see Carterville now 3 times.
Yeah.
This is my second, and the first time was week 1. This team is night and day difference offensively compared to what we saw week 1. And I know it's against a different team and a team that's more talented in terms of, and you know, in Benton compared to Herrin, what they've had this year and how things have went. But man, this team's night and day difference. This team that we're seeing in week 4 would not have been shut out week 1.
Right.
And it just takes some time sometimes when you're setting up a new system. But Coach Dial's got a real winning team yet again in Carterville, and I expect to see them marching into the postseason.
The DuQuoin Indians have won 21-10 against the Benton Rangers.
Man, that's a big game there. And Benton really hurt by the start of their schedule. They're, 2-2, and they've played some really good competition to start this season.
Oh, yeah.
Getting past the 25 is where Herrin will take over.
Clock seems to be creeping by so far here at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Finally down to that 6 minute on the board. 6:50 to go. It's been a long fourth quarter so far.
Yeah, a lot of stoppages with some unsportsmanlike conduct penalties and all kinds of things, and a lot of flags. We've seen that from the start, but
Yeah.
for the most part, quarters 1 through 3 was a really good pace. I thought it was a fun game to watch, and this fourth quarter's gotten a little chippy as things do late in games when it's teams that aren't too fond of each other. And
Jamison Jones
but
bobbles on the snap.
another thing I will say about Herrin is, last week we didn't get to cover. We don't know how that one went, but it was an easy DuQuoin victory. Marion, real opportunity to win that game. They're one good play away here today from this being totally different.
Right.
This score does not reflect how this game went for 3 quarters.
No.
This has been, Carterville scored late in the third to go up 35-20 after they had a 3rd and 12 and they converted. And then they scored 2 more here in the fourth, 2 more touchdowns. Herrin easily could have had the ball down by just 1 score and just was not to be for the Tigers.
Carried by Hayden Harrell for the Carterville Lions.
Jaden Kelly, the ball carrier for the Tigers.
I'm looking at the wrong. Yeah, that was Jaden Kelly. Looking at the wrong side of my sheet here today.
3rd down and 6.
It'll be 3rd and 6 for the Lions. Tigers.
For the Tigers.
I'm telling you, Lions and Tigers. Lions and Tigers.
That's all right. It's getting late. It's past your
Yes,
bedtime.
That's right. 5:12 left to go.
And wrapped up quickly and dropped is Kelly.
Jaden Kelly, the ball carrier. Loss of 1. Brings up 4th down.
Reminder, we'll have our post-game coverage right after this one wraps up. We'll get you plenty of scores. Recap this one from Herrin. Another good Carterville showing. They're going to win the game of the week back-to-back weeks. They're going to get to 3-1 on the season. As Aaron mentioned, this seems to be going pretty quickly. Johnson City, that is, getting close to wrapping up their ball game. Chester and Sparta resumed after their early lightning delay. They're just in the second, but it's all Chester, 35-0. Punt doesn't go very far. And it's going to be shy of the 50 again. 4:19 left.
Let's go ahead and take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching the WFCN News Game of the Week.
Once upon a time, there was an angry man with a few sprigs of golden hair. They called him Tony No-Locks. Tony No-Locks wanted to find the perfect pre-owned motorcycle that was just right. So off he went to visit Black Diamond Harley Davidson. So Tony No-Locks jumped on a pre-owned Road Glide at a great price. Ah, this is just right, he exclaimed. Find what is just right for you and your family at Black Diamond Harley Davidson.
Welcome back to Lions Field. 49-20, Carterville.
Aaron,
I'm really getting sleepy, ain't I?
We're in Herrin.
It's Herrin. The Harrison Bruce Athletic Complex here in Herrin.
It's okay.
Well, we've been at Carterville so much already this season. It's going to be a stoppage of play. I feel like I've lived at Carterville this season so far. We've had a lot of Carterville games early on.
Yeah, and we might have more the way they're
Yeah.
playing. So, yeah, it would be neat to do that. We could run a poll out there. People basically pick. I think that'd be neat, and people can pick where we're going for week. What is that, 6, where it's a flex? Okay,
Week
yeah.
6.
It's 6 and 9, and we'll see what 9 ends up being. But next week we are in Christopher as they host the red-hot Sesser Red Devils. Carterville looking to put the finishing touches on this. Good tackle that time.
Carried by number 20, Carter Jones.
A good tackle to wrap him up. That was Boyer.
Carter Jones, the ball carrier for Carterville.
2 minutes, 30 seconds left.
Again, as Garrett mentioned, we'll have the Deaconess, Illinois postgame show coming your way at the end of the game. Zachary Carter for the Lions taken down quick. Dominic Kashaba for the Herrin Tigers.
Zachary Carter, the ball carrier.
I mean, that's got to be up there for one of the names of the game, right?
Yeah. Herrin Tigers have interesting, definitely a team with a lot of interesting last names out there.
1 minute, 30 seconds left. 3rd and 19 for Carterville. They're going to move to 3-1 and 1-0 in the Ohio.
That's what matters.
Going to bring up 4th after a gain 3 or 4.
DeAndre Watson leads the charge for the Tigers.
One thing we haven't seen tonight, Garrett, is we have not seen very many timeouts called.
And I don't think we're going to see any going
Yeah, I don't think
down
so
the
either.
stretch. Yeah, we saw one really early in the 3rd called from Herrin. Did we see any in the first half?
I don't think so. We might have seen one that I've forgotten. But
Maybe,
either way,
yeah,
I mean,
there was one.
Yeah.
Maybe only 2 called. I mean, that's
Yeah.
kind of rare.
Boyer deep for the Tigers.
Herrin back to return. Down to half a minute left.
flag on the field.
Flag on the flag. Delay of game against the Lions.
That'll do it for the ball game.
Yeah, that's going to be it. Carterville's walking off.
Yep.
Clock is running. 49-20 is going to be your final.
Yep.
Carterville Lions knock off the Herrin Tigers. Here from Herrin, we will be right back with the Deaconess Illinois Medical Center post-game show right after a quick break.
Presented by Swinford Media Group. Get ready for a WFCN Game of the Week. Powered by our incredible sponsors. Watermark Auto Group. John A. Logan College. Black Diamond Harley Davidson. Moreland-Bishop McDonalds. Deaconess Illinois Medical Center. Chick-Fil-A of Marion. Anderson's Furniture and Mattress. The Illinois Army National Guard. Legence Bank. Kemper CPA Group. The City of Herrin. The City of Sesser. Banterra Bank. Fellowship of Christian Athletes. The Bank of Herrin. State Farm Kenya Garner. SIU Credit Union. SouthernTrust Bank. the print shop at Pieces of Learning. First Southern Bank. Anderson Boys Trash Service. State Bank of Whittington. Urology Institute.
Okay, that's the final score, 49-20. Carterville knocks off Herrin. They get to 3-1 on the season, 1-0 in the Ohio. Herrin falls to 0-4 and 0-1. The Ohio will get you your Kemper CPA stats, scoring recap. First score of the ball game, 6:25 mark there in the first. It was a Chris Nelson 19-yard rush, make it 7-0. Then followed up 29 seconds left in the first. Bishing for Carterville ties it up on a 2-yard run. 4:39 left in the first half. Another 19-yard run. This one from Nick Bishing puts Carterville up 14-7. And then the Lions answered again with 29 seconds left in the second. Johnson to Bishing for a 29-yard pass and catch, make it 21-7. And that was when Nemeth hit Nelson for 62 yards. 13 seconds left in the second quarter to make it 21-14. And then in the second half, the scoring, Luke Johnson, the 1-yard touchdown run, 28-14 lead at the 7:45 mark. And then you had 14 seconds later, Kyrese Lucan's a 74-yard run to bring the Tigers within 28-20. 1:53 left in the third, so late there, that's when Myers saw him finally impact the game with a touchdown run, 35-20. And Bishing to pull for 33 yards. And Cozy with a 7-yarder made 42-20 and then 49-20. It's your Kemper CPA stats and scoring recap.
Yep. I think this was a big game for the Carterville Lions to really, find their way around the Herrin Tigers defense. I think overall the Tigers did a very good job tonight. It was a very entertaining game through the first half and really into the beginning of the second half. Fourth quarter, as you mentioned, Garrett, the Lions just kind of took it over.
Yeah, they did, and too much for Herrin. I don't think they could hang in offensively, and they did for a long time. But like a couple of games they've had, they just kind of fell apart late. Had some issues, some guys, getting some unsportsmanlikes that hurt them. But Carterville gets it done. As we mentioned, they're going to St. Joe Ogden next week. Herrin back in action at Murfreesboro.
And as we always do at the end of our broadcast here on the Deaconess Illinois postgame show, we have to name a Thrillville Thrillbillies thrilling moment of the game. And Garrett, what are some of our candidates tonight?
Yeah, there's quite a few big plays from both sides. The big catch, or passing catch from Nemeth to Nelson, 62-yarder, late in the second to get Herrin within a score. You got the other big play from Lukens, a 74-yard run that and he reeled off to get Herrin within a score again later on in the game. But the one I want to go with is probably the knockout punch. It was a Nick Bishing to Parker Poole, 33-yard touchdown pass and catch that was able to put the game out of reach. So it was Bishing to Poole for 33-yard pass and catch. It was a nice pass from Nick Bishing that just landed right into the basket of Parker Poole. I'd say that would have to be the thrilling play of the game.
Yep. Like you said, Garrett, a lot of thrilling moments, I would say, in tonight's game. It's been quite a game here at Herrin. One more time, I'll read over a few quick local scores as we wait hopefully on Carterville Lions head coach Brett Dial to join us here in a moment.
Yeah, a couple already we know that are finals we can get in out of the way. Nashville 48-6 over Anna Jonesboro. Murfreesboro 56-2 over Massac County. Sesser 32 over Carmi-White County, and the big one, DuQuoin 21-10 over Benton. Those all four were finalized pretty early on in the as the games were reeling in, and you've got some more updates since those.
Yeah. Still at the half, Cahokia and Carbondale, 26-9. Cahokia has the lead. Mount Vernon has the lead over Collinsville, 28-15. Did you have a final for JC or not?
That one is
Still going on?
was 36-20.
No, I got 36-26 now in the fourth quarter.
All right, so maybe Fairfield trying to fight back.
Redbirds should be near to get over 54-25. They lead over the Pinckneyville Panthers in the fourth quarter. Harrisburg leading big over Marquette, 48-0. Tie game at last check, El Dorado and Flora. Elsewhere in Southern Illinois, the Chester Yellow Jackets have a 35-0 lead over Sparta.
Now it's even up to 49-0.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 49-0 in the second.
Wow.
That's a team. They got the leading passer in all of downstate. Only team to beat DuQuoin. I mean, they are legit, and they're ranked in their class rankings. So how about Chester Yellow Jackets this season? I know they're kind of away from us, but, man, it'd be tough for us not to at least mention them to give them some credit. They've been red hot all year.
Yeah. I think that's all the scores I have as of right now. Go ahead and repeat the finals one more time. We got that
we've got some finals
final
in there.
score graphic we always like to get out for our fans who may have not had enough time to
The big
join
one,
in
if
tonight.
we could have been anywhere else, if we could have been at two places at once, we would have been over in Benton. DuQuoin 21-10, they beat the Benton Rangers. Sesser-Valier 32-0 over Carmi-White County. We're going to be checking out Sesser-Valier next week at Christopher. Murfreesboro 56-2 over Massac County. And Nashville 48-6 over Anna Jonesboro. Those four are all final, but like Aaron was saying, you can pretty much bank on Harrisburg finishing out their game against Marquette. They're up huge on them. Lightning apparently now a factor between El Dorado and Flora. They were in a tie ball game in the third. Johnson City trying to close out Fairfield. They're up 10 in the fourth. Chester up big on Sparta. West Frankfort up big on Pinckneyville. Centralia up big on Granite City. Hamilton County up with a lightning delay on Edwards County. Mount Carmel up big on Newton. Mount Vernon up on Collinsville with a lightning delay. So might have a couple of these places another long night like they did last week, Aaron.
Yeah, I would agree.
If I can real quick, I'm going to give out a player of the game.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go with Nicholas Bishing here this evening. He, let's see, Nicholas Bishing ran in, he got the trifecta, Aaron. He had 2 rushing touchdowns, 1 receiving touchdown, and 1 passing touchdown. So, I mean, he was able to cover all 3 facets of the offense, 1 passing, 1 receiving, and 2 rushing. Pretty easy pick for me. Nicholas Bishing's going to get player of the game, and he's had a really good season. Had a tough week 1, but, man, he's bounced back, as have the rest of his Lions. So I'll give him the player of the game. Reminder, Marion's in action tomorrow against Lighthouse Christian. You can check in on that one and watch it on the Marion Star Facebook page. We're in action again next week in Christopher against Sesser. Are we getting Coach Dial? Are we going to plan on talking to him?
He's supposed to be on his way. He's talking up to Carterville Radio right now, but I said let's go ahead and take a quick break. We'll be right back, and if he's not here, we'll wrap things up. If so, we'll have an interview with him coming up right after the break. You're watching the Deaconess, Illinois postgame show from Herrin.
Hi, Wildcat fans. I'm Brad Poole, president of the Watermark Auto Group. I invite you to come experience the fastest, friendliest, and fairest car buying in our little corner of the world. Our friendly sales representatives will provide you in writing with our best price, trade value, monthly payments, all within minutes of your request. No pressure, no hurdles, no tricks, and no surprises. Experience the Watermark difference for yourself at Watermark Ford Hyundai or Watermark Nissan of Marion. Fast, friendly, fair. That's Watermark.
We want to help students when they come right out of high school, but we're also here for the adults. After high school, I went to my local community college, and after my first semester, realized that I wasn't quite ready to go to college. And I went back to work in construction for roughly about 15 years. And at the same time, I took classes at community college. It's this idea that you can go back to school at any time for anything, and that's what a community college does for you. That's what Johnny Logan does for you.
Hi, I'm Tyler Young with the print shop here in Marion. We're on the square. We just got done doing some perforated vinyl here at Swinford Publications. So this is the vinyl that you can see out, but people can't see in, and it gives a nice little look and feel to a number of different kinds of businesses. So come see us at the print shop. We're at 1112 North Carbon, next to AutoZone behind Hardee's.
This is Thrill Bill at Oasis Power Sports in front of the Marion Mall. I want to let everybody know that we offer so many different products. I'm going to walk through and I'm going to show you a bunch. We have a ton of inventory outside. These things are everywhere. Not only do we have all that inventory outside, we have a full house inside as well. So come on down and see us. Let's get it.
Black Diamond Harley Davidson presents Why I Ride.
Hi, I'm Les Ingram, and this is why I ride. I taught special education for 28 years. I haven't drank in 34 years. I needed something to relieve the stress, and the bike does it wonderfully. I've been riding 34 years. I currently have, through the Harley Owners Group, Ride 365, I have 649,607 miles. As a matter of fact, I don't want to go anywhere unless I'm traveling on the Harley.
Welcome you back. The coaches at Crown Brew getting coffee.
Philosophy of Legence Bank is sit down with the customer, listen to their needs, and figure it out and figure a solution for them. We want to build relationships with our customers. We just don't want to do a transaction and it stops there.
Community banking is relationships. Legence Bank is relationships. There's so many customers that they are not a number, they are a customer, they are a relationship that's not only financial but personal.
Legence loves local.
Anderson's Furniture and Mattress is putting on the end of the summer sale. The temperature may be dropping, but our savings never will. With up to 25% off store-wide or get up to 72 months no interest. With queen mattresses starting at $179 and same-day delivery on most mattresses. Plus, we have all the best in American-made living room sets like these from England Furniture. Custom for you, fast by us. 30 days or less or it's free.
Anderson's Furniture and Mattress.
Want to know one of the best ways to show your Saluki pride? I'm Luke Martin, voice of the SIU Salukis and proud owner of a Banterra Saluki Visa debit card. Being able to use a Saluki branded debit card with no fees at more than 55,000 ATMs and special Saluki offers is a perk. Knowing that my transactions go towards supporting SIU is a win. Plus, Banterra is the bank that you want as a partner. Stop by a Banterra branch for details. Banterra is a proud supporter of regional athletics. Member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Tyler Young with the print shop here in Marion. We're on the square. We just got done doing some perforated vinyl here at Swinford Publications. So this is the vinyl that you can see out, but people can't see in, and it gives a nice little look and feel to a number of different kinds of businesses. So come see us at the print shop. We're at 1112 North Carbon, next to AutoZone behind Hardee's.
All right, we welcome you back to Herrin Tigers Field here in Herrin, Illinois, after the Tigers lost tonight to the Carterville Lions 49-20. Very entertaining game, and we thank you for joining us. Doesn't look like we're going to have any post-game interviews tonight, unfortunately, but don't forget that we'll be back in action next week at CZR as the Sesser Red Devils take on the Christopher Bearcats at some of their updated facilities up there in Franklin County. It's a Franklin County rivalry matchup, and we'll have it coming to you live here next Friday. Tune in to the Marion Wildcats tomorrow for Wildcat Game Day. For the entire WFCN News crew, Garrett Smith, Drew Smith, who was away this week, and myself, Aaron Price, thanks for joining us. Have a great night.